This is Ridgefield Raptors baseball. The pregame show starts right now.
Welcome everybody back to the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex for the final non-league game of the summer of 2021. Happy that you're with us here from Ridgefield as the Raptors take on the Highline Bears. It is the 36th game of the summer, and the Highline Bears come to town one more time here for this Wednesday evening matchup, just ready to get underway in a couple minutes from now. Let's get you the starting lineups here for the Ridgefield Raptors as they come into this non-league matchup. Already 7-2 in non-league games this year, 27 and 18 in overall games across the summer. Chris Cota brings out the lineup that starts out with Reese Hernandez leading off and playing center field in his final game in a Ridgefield Raptor uniform this summer. Batting second, the shortstop, is Tanner Jocks. Batting third, the right fielder from Cal State Fullerton is Caden Connor. The cleanup hitter and designated hitter out of Cypress College is Kobe Morales. Batting fifth, the left fielder from Oregon State is Wade Meckler. Batting sixth for the Raptors, the third baseman just signed to UT San Antonio is Cody Darcy. Batting seventh, the first baseman from Oregon State University is Brady Casper. Batting eighth for Ridgefield, the second baseman is Patrick Stark. Batting ninth, the catcher from University of Antelope Valley is Dominic Enbody. On the mound tonight for the Ridgefield Raptors is Hudson Leach, a right-hander for Ridgefield coming out of Creighton University. And the first batter he will face here for the Highline Bears is Nate Blocker. Their head coach Ben Reindl opposite Chris Cota as they come in for their second game here in Ridgefield on the summer. As Ridgefield got the 9-2 victory earlier this month over Highline, and now a rematch here today as Hudson Leach throws the first pitch just on the inside corner for strike one, and we're underway right on time at 6:35 p.m. from Ridgefield. I'm Josh Warden, glad that you're along the way with us for this non-league matchup with the Highline Bears. The second pitch is a ball high to Nate Blocker, who attends University of Puget Sound, the designated hitter today, and leadoff man for the Highline Bears. 2 balls and no strikes to the leadoff man, and he lines a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. And a leadoff single for Highline. Nate Blocker is aboard for a single to open up this ball game for the Highline Bears. They've got nobody out and one on. As we continue in this ball game with Jake Angelico next up. Angelico, who has a runner on first base, nobody out. Left-handed hitter from Hudson Leach, who deals high and outside for ball one. Hudson checks in with an ERA still yet to allow an earned run in non-league games, an ERA of 6.08 overall. Gets a foul ball back from Angelico. 1 ball and 1 strike, and nobody out yet in the top of the first inning. Ridgefield beat Highline 9-2 back on July 18th. And now they face the Highline Bears again. Second night in a row with a non-league game. A walk-off win yesterday over the Redmond Dudes, another team in the Pacific International League, just like the Highline Bears. 1-1 pitch is fouled back by Angelico. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. And a scoreless ball game here in the top of the first inning with Nate Blocker, the runner, on first base. With a 1-0 victory yesterday, it was the first ever win for the Ridgefield Raptors by a final score of 1-0. That had never happened before, and that changed last night. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Hudson Leach. A fastball whipped right at Cody Darcy. He catches, throws to first, and skips past the first baseman, Brady Casper. It is an out on the line out to Cody Darcy, spinning as he makes the catch. It was right at him, and he kind of spun away from it. So hard hit right at belt level. Made the grab and turned away from it, and then spun around towards first and threw a 1-hopper to Brady Casper. The runner does hold at first. Nate Blocker stays as Jake Angelico lines out to the third baseman. So 1 down and still a runner on first for the Highline Bears as Aaron Lampinen is the next batter out of Wenatchee Valley College. And a pickoff attempt over to first, and it goes past Brady Casper. And now this time Nate Blocker will advance. Second time that the ball has gotten past Brady Casper. Is getting his first start for the Raptors at first base. He started at second base, started in the outfield, but never started at first base. and a couple throws that go awry and get past Casper. And now a runner on second with one out. And so a runner on second and one down. Aaron Lampin in the batter, still yet to see a pitch. And now a mound visit from Dominic Enbody trotting out and talking with Hudson Leach. That's the battery with Dominic Enbody, the catcher coming out of Wilsonville, Oregon. And Hudson Leach, who grew up in Kansas City, Missouri. Those two pair up here as the battery mates against the Highline Bears in this Wednesday evening matchup. First pitch with a runner going from second. Dominic Enbody throws to third. It gets into left field. Wade Meckler will back up. Will try to throw home to get the runner. The throw to the plate is not in time. And the Highline Bears strike first. After a leadoff single by Nate Blocker, he gets to second on an error, steals third, and then an error to get him home. And the Highline Bears lead this ball game 1-0. After not giving up a single run yesterday, Ridgefield is now allowed a run here in the first inning with only one out. It's a 1-0 ball game, same score as last evening. A game that only took just over 2 hours yesterday evening. A shutout win for Ridgefield. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed by Aaron Lampinen, who leads this team with a .306 batting average. Now no longer an RBI opportunity with Nate Blocker scoring from second base on the play. He stole third, and the throw probably would have been just late had it been caught by Cody Darcy, but skipped past him into left field, and Blocker scored. The interesting thing was Aaron Lampin, the batter, bent down to get away from the throw, which he is not required to do, but he gave Dominic Enbody an easier route to throw to third and bent down to give Enbody some room. As the next pitch at 94 miles an hour evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes, missing from Hudson Leach. 2-2 the count, 1-0 the lead for the Highline Bears here in the top of the first inning. One down. Leach deals an off-speed pitch that catches the top of the zone for strike 3. Aaron Lampinen is down on 3 strikes, and it's Tyler Black now to the plate with 2 down and the base is empty. So Highline gets 1 single and comes around to score. It's a 1-0 ball game. Ridgefield scoring in the bottom of the 9th yesterday. The only run scored the entire game by either team, and it came on an error to put Caden Connor on base. He then stole second, and Brady Casper hit him home on a single back up the middle. The first walk-off for Brady Casper this season. Caden Connor's first game-winning walk-off run. It was the 3rd walk-off win for the Ridgefield Raptors this summer. A foul back of home plate by Tyler Black. The left fielder from Olympic College is the cleanup hitter in the Bears lineup. The 0-1 to Black is on the outside. Black for strike 2. An 0-2 count from Hudson Leach. Hudson, who primarily works with a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and a changeup. The slider is the out pitch and got some wicked spin on it. It's got a good break. Not always lateral motion, but a good downer break. Fastball got him swinging, and 2 straight punch-outs by Hudson Leach. An unearned run along the way, and it's a 1-0 ball game with the Highline Bears leading it 1-0 here through a half an inning. We head to the bottom of the first from the Rourke. It's the Highline Bears 1 and the Ridgefield Raptors coming up.
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel and the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now what are you waiting for? Apply today.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
We are in the midst of a 8-game homestand for the Ridgefield Raptors. This is game 2 of that homestand. Ridgefield starting out 1-0 after beating the Redmond Dudes on a walk-off last night, 1-0, the final score, winning in the bottom of the ninth inning. And now going for a 2-0 record on the homestand and trying to go for win number 28 for the Ridgefield Raptors and try to get 10 games above 500 on the summer. Reese Hernandez steps to the plate out of San Jose State University. The Raptors trail 1-0 as Thomas Blackney goes into the windup. And the right-hander deals on the outside corner. The starting pitcher tonight for the Highline Bears, Thomas Blackney out of Wenatchee Valley College. And he's facing Reese Hernandez, who takes an off-speed pitch on the outside edge for strike two. 0-2 is the count to Reese Hernandez, getting his final playing time, his final evening in a Ridgefield Raptor uniform this summer. Swings and bloops one towards right field. It's going to land for a base hit. Moss runs over and plays it on a hop. It's a leadoff single for Reese Hernandez, who now extends his hit streak, his on-base streak. And that streak will end at 29 games. Well, it won't really end. It'll just pause indefinitely. 29 games in a row. And he has reached base on a hit or a walk, and that streak will stop there for the rest of the year. Reese is going to head back down to California, attend San Jose State University. Going to go back after this ball game and see his family, and then go on to back to San Jose. And so Tanner Jocks now batting and swings and misses. 0-1 the count. 1-0 Highline lead in the bottom of the first inning. So Reese Hernandez is getting his final playing time tonight. It's been here basically all summer. And finally is leaving as Tanner Jocks skims one back off the bat. It's an 0-2 count to Tanner with nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. Ridgefield having the tying run on first. And what a year it's been for Reese Hernandez, who came in with a .325 batting average. He scored 2 walk-off runs this year. So Caden Connor joined him in that category as the only other guy to score a game-winning run. Now the ball gets through the catcher, and Reese Hernandez will get into scoring position here on a wild pitch from the pitcher Thomas Blackney. And it's a 1-2 count now on Tanner Jocks out of Linfield University, originally from Vancouver. And Reese Hernandez into second base now with still nobody out in the bottom of the first inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count from Thomas Blackney to Tanner Jocks. The right-handed hitter swings, and it's one foul towards Caden Connor, who was the only player to score yesterday for either team. A 1-0 final score. And Ridgefield winning the penultimate non-league game last night, and this is the final game not against a West Coast League opponent. After tonight, the Raptors will have 12 straight West Coast League games in 14 days, and that will close the regular season. The 1-2 pitch is a bit inside, swung on and grounded to third, fielded by Lampin, and he throws across in time for the ground out. Holding at second base is Reese Hernandez. And so that is the first out of the inning. Runner on second. Caden Connor is next up, the Cal State Fullerton Titan, who got aboard on one occasion yesterday, and one was all he needed. He had flown out to center on 3 occasions, stepped up to the plate for the 4th time yesterday in the 9th inning. There was 1 out, bottom of the 9th inning, no score. And he hit a hard ground ball to first base that was bobbled by the first baseman. Ruled an error. He got safe at first, stole second, and ended up scoring on a single to center field by Brady Casper. Brady's batting 7th today. Caden Connor in the 3-hole. 1 out, a 1-run deficit for the Ridgefield Raptors here in the bottom of the first inning. Blackney comes to the plate and misses low to Caden Connor. 1 ball and no strikes on the 83-mile-an-hour offering to Caden. Reese Hernandez on second, already extending that on-base streak 29 games. He had gone 0 for 3 in a game in early June against the Bend Elks. Went 0 for 3 with a strikeout, and ever since then, 29 games in a row, he's gotten at least 1 walk or hit. A high fly ball to center field, going all the way back to the warning track and making the catch right in front of the track is Jake Angelico. Reese Hernandez tags, takes a couple steps, and holds. A nice throw in from center, and Reese Hernandez stays at second base. It's a fly out to center field, the 4th fly out to center for Caden Connor between yesterday and today. There are 2 outs in the first inning now for Kobe Morales. The DH today out of Cypress College has an RBI opportunity with the tying run. Standing at second base here in the bottom of the first inning, Wade Meckler is on deck for the Raptors. Wearing the home red uniforms with the white pants today. Highline in their blue unis with the white pants. A pitch outside to Kobe Morales. It's a 1-0 count to Kobe. He was first on the team in batting average, a .349 mark for him, and that's in West Coast League games. He's even better in non-league games with a .444 batting average on the summer. The 1-0 pitch to Kobe, an off-speed that hangs outside for ball 2 from Thomas Blackney. Kobe Morales with that .349 batting average is not only first on the team, he's also first in single-season history. If he holds that batting average, he will break the record in single-season batting average. Of course, Ridgefield only had its inaugural year in 2019, so a lot of records will be broken, but that's one of them. Here's a high fly ball to right center field. This one's got a chance to go. Oh, it's got more than a chance. It's out of here. Kobe Morales, a 2-run bomb, and the Raptors take a 2-1 lead in the first inning on Morales' 6th home run of the season. Morales touches them all on a 2-run bomb to score Reese Hernandez, make that his 7th home run of the year, and his 39th RBI on the season. Kobe Morales blasts one to right field, right center. And that part of the park is about 390 feet. Now Wade Meckler comes up and has nobody on base with 2 outs here in the first inning, as Ridgefield gave up 1 run in the top of the first and comes back to erase that deficit in quick fashion. A 2-run home run by Kobe Morales. And the Raptors take a lead in the first inning. The 1-0 pitch to Wade Meckler is a strike. Out of Oregon State University, he is the 4th player to join the team. Out of Oregon State, he joins Jaron Hunter, Micah McDowell, and yesterday's hero with the walk-off single, Brady Casper. He checks his swing, does Wade Meckler, and takes inside for ball 2. A 2-1 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. Kobe Morales blasting one to right center field. He's had home runs to each part of the ballpark and had some impressive games this year, has arguably been the best hitter on the team. John Peck has given him a run for his money, as is Will Chambers, as is Caden Connor, and others as well. But Morales has just been downright filthy at the plate, and case in point, that home run right there. A 3-1 count to Wade Meckler, and takes on the outside edge for strike 2. And it's a full count to Wade with 2 outs and the bases cleared in the bottom of the first inning. A 2-1 advantage for the Ridgefield Raptors. Cody Darcy is on deck. He himself with 5 home runs on the year. The payoff pitch to Meckler is fisted towards short. Robbie Vandergrift fields, bobbles, and is unable to make the throw on to first. An error on the shortstop, and Wade Meckler is safe at first with no throw. The inning continues for the Raptors in the bottom of the first inning. Meckler has come up to the plate on 5 occasions in his Raptors career, just made his debut yesterday. He is technically hitless, although he has reached base in 3 out of 5 occasions. He has flown out once, fouled out once, walked twice, and now reaches on an error. Cody Darcy to the plate with 2 outs and gets his first at-bat since signing to a new school. He is just graduating from Xavier University and recently committed to the University of Texas, San Antonio. And so Cody Darcy will be heading down to UTSA, becoming a road runner as he pops one up into right field. It might carry all the way to the warning track, going back as Mossy reaches up the glove and makes the catch on the track for an inning-ending flyout just shy of the wall. So a flyout for Cody Darcy. Ridgefield does get 2 runs on the inning on a single by Reese Hernandez and then a home run by Kobe Morales. And Ridgefield ends up taking the 2-1 lead. We continue on a beautiful day from Ridgefield. Wednesday evening baseball continues after this.
At Clark Public Utilities, we know you depend on electricity every day. And even though our offices remain closed, we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, by phone, online, and email. The past year has brought changes to many in our community. Lost jobs or reduced working hours, disrupted childcare, and the challenge of teaching the kids. If you've been financially impacted by the pandemic and can't pay your utility bill, call us or send an email right away. Eligibility for payment assistance has been expanded so more households may qualify. Through it all, we're always here to provide you with safe and reliable service, and we're ready to help. Clark Public Utilities, ranked highest in customer satisfaction among residential mid-sized utilities in the West by J.D. Power, 13 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2020 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Clark Public Utilities, we're always here.
Through one inning from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex, it's been a much more high-scoring game compared to yesterday when neither team scored through the first 8.5 innings. And here today, we have only played one inning and already scored a couple more runs than all of yesterday. A 1-0 victory for the Raptors yesterday evening, beating the Redmond Dudes on a walk-off as Ronnie Moss chops a grounder to first, fielded by Casper. Leach to the first base bag and got him at first. He beats Ronnie Moss to the bag, and he is called out at first. And a first pitch ground out for Ronnie Moss. There is one down here in the top of the second inning. It's a 2-1 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors here into the top of the second inning after a 2-run bomb by Kobe Morales that traveled 377 feet off the bat of the Cypress College Charger, went 100 miles an hour, and an off-speed pitch from Hudson Leach plunks the batter Kyle Casperson and hit him on the shoulder or forearm or somewhere on the arm. Luckily an off-speed pitch hopefully won't hurt too much for Casperson, who walks down to first as the second base runner to reach today for the Highline Bears. The first one scored. They had Nate Blocker to give the Bears a 1-0 lead, a lead that they would not hold on to for very long. That 2-run home run by Morales making the score 2-1. Pop fly in the next pitch, this one by Robbie Vandegrift and into center field, and Reese Hernandez makes the catch. There are 2 outs now as Hudson Leach continues to throw one pitch plate appearances. He's seen 3 batters in this inning, and all of them have been one pitch plate appearances, a ground out, a hit by pitch, and a fly out. And the 4th pitch of this inning will be seen by Kellen Harding, the first baseman out of Lake Stevens High School, the one high school guy on this starting lineup for the Highline Bears. He's 1 for 7 on the year with a double and has a runner on first base with 2 down for the Highline Bears in the top of the second inning. The Raptors leading this ball game 2-1. Fastball from Hudson Leach checks in at 94 miles an hour and misses the barrel of Kellen Harding. It's an 0-1 count from Hudson Leach. Sits in the low to mid-90s on the fastball. It's the slider that's the most deadly, and you can tell on the spin rate, which is tracked by TrackMan, which is used in all the West Coast League ballparks. A good partnership between the West Coast League and TrackMan, which got those cameras in every ballpark and can track exit velocity and spin rate and distance and a lot more data that the players can use. Second pitch misses from Hudson Leach. 2 outs, 1-1 count from Hudson. A fastball on the outside edge misses for ball 2. The slider has been clocked at over 3,100 RPMs from Hudson Leach, which for context is the 4th best in the league of any individual pitch. They track every single pitch. You got the spin rate on every single offering of every single game of every single West Coast League contest. The 1-2 from Hudson Leach is fouled back. It stays a 1-2 count to Kellen Harding, and that was, of all the pitches thrown, the 4th most in terms of spin rate on Hudson Leach's sliders on a particular game earlier this year, back on June 6th when he threw that particular slider. Most of them will be around that area, but you know, some will spin a little bit more, and just on individual, which pitches were the most, and that one was the 4th highest in terms of spin rate. The 1-2 pitch from Leach is outside for ball 2 at 83 miles an hour. And Leach is out of Creighton University, plays for Ed Service and the Blue Jays. Ed's uncle Scott Service, the manager for the Seattle Mariners, who are now 2 games in back of the wild card spot of the Oakland Athletics after losing last night. A 2-2 pitch, a check swing. Did he go? And apparently not, as the runner from first started to go to second, thinking it was a drop third strike, and then had to dive back to first, realizing that there was no swing on the ruling. And so the at-bat continues to now a full count. It looked like Harding kind of spun away from the ball inside and maybe went around, but is ruled to have not made an attempt, and it's ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. Top of the second inning here in Ridgefield. And the runner is going on the 3-2, a swing and a miss. And the inning is over for Hudson Leach, who punches out 3 so far of the 8 batters that he has encountered. He's gone 2 innings now. It's a 2-1 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. We're on the bottom of the second inning when it'll be Brady Casper to the plate after his walk-off single yesterday. He'll be followed by Patrick Sark and Dominic Enbody. They'll come to the plate after this break. It's the Raptors 2 and the Highline Bears 1 here in the second inning.
Warmer weather is here, and what better way to enjoy a summer day than with a trip to the ballpark to watch exciting Ridgefield Raptors baseball. Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Ridgefield Raptors battle other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe outdoor event is a perfect outing for you and your friends. Peace Health is a proud sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors, with a team of medical experts on deck to provide your family the care you need. Treat your family to an exciting night at the ballpark and make it part of your healthy, active summer. Peace Health and Ridgefield Raptors baseball, a great double play.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Good start to this contest as the Ridgefield Raptors lead 2-1 in this ball game in the bottom of the second inning, and Brady Casper will get his first at-bat of the last 23 hours. He last stepped to the plate at about 9:50 yesterday, whatever time it was. No, not that late, 8:50. The game lasted just over 2 hours, and Brady Casper stepped to the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth inning as he swings on an off-speed pitch and chops it on the first base side foul to open up the bottom of the second inning. Brady Casper is out of Oregon State University and had 2 outs, a runner on first and second in the bottom of the ninth inning yesterday, and had 2 strikes on him. The Raptors down to their final strike in that inning. Obviously, if he got an out, it would have gone to extras as he takes a pitch off the plate called a strike. 0-2 the count to the leadoff man. Grounded a pitch up the middle on a 2-strike offering from his old high school teammate. The 0-2 pitch is outside. It was a game between the Redmond Dudes from the Pacific International League and the Ridgefield Raptors out of the West Coast League, and 2 guys from Capistrano Valley High School. Brady's from Mission Viejo, California. The 1-2 pitch to Brady is outside for ball 2. 2-2 the count. Grounded up the middle into center field. Caden Connor was waved home and beat the throw to the plate to walk off the Redmond Dudes in the first and only time those 2 teams will play this summer. A foul ball from Brady Casper keeps the at-bat going. It's a 2-2 count to Brady, who's now batting .208 in non-league games, getting his first at-bat of the day. He's also starting at first base today, which he has not done all summer long. The 2-2 pitch is a bit inside. He swings and grounds it on a couple of hops to the first baseman, Kellen Harding, and Kellen runs it to the bag for an unassisted putout. 1 down for Thomas Blackney, the pitcher for the Highline Bears, and nobody on base. It'll be Patrick Stark to the plate. A 2-1 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. Patrick Stark has something in common with Brady Casper. Not only are they back-to-back in this lineup, but they're also starting at a new position today. Patrick, who prefers shortstop at his primary position, is playing second base today. He rips one into the hole in left center field. It's going to split the outfielders and bounce in front of the fence. A one-hopper to the center fielder. He wants to go for 2. The cutoff is into second base, but not in time to get Patrick Stark. He gets a double here with 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. Patrick Stark laces one to left center field, and the 18-year-old is into second base for a 1-out double, his 3rd of the year in non-league games, his 4th overall for the incoming freshman at Loyola Marymount. On the first pitch, and he rips it to left center. And it's Dominic Enbody with a chance for an RBI here. Enbody out of Hubbard, Oregon, went to Wilsonville High School. He is batting .203 on the summer between West Coast League and non-league games, such as tonight against the PIL team of the Highline Bears. A ball outside of Dominic. 1-0 the count. 1 down. Bottom of the second inning. Ridgefield trying to extend the 2-1 lead here in the second. Coming set is Thomas Blackney, the right-hander from Wenatchee Valley College. An off-speed swung on and fools Enbody. Tip into the glove of the catcher Kyle Casperson. 1 ball and 1 strike. Enbody, who attended Wilsonville High School, stayed nearby to play college ball in Portland for Concordia. That university was shut down, went down to University of Antelope Valley. where he spent his most recent spring. 1 ball and 1 strike to Dominic with a runner on second base and 1 down. An off speed that he swings and pops it up on the left side, foul into the grassy berm beyond left field. And it's a 1-2 count for the Ridgefield Raptors, and Dominic Enbody here with 1 down. On second base is Patrick Stark, who's getting the start at second base today, and he's standing on second. Has yet to get a ball hit to him there. Filling in for Reese Hernandez, who started for the first time, or the second time at second base yesterday. He's back to the outfield, his normal position. 1-2 is the count, and just outside from Blackney, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dominic Enbody. Bottom of the second inning, a 2-1 advantage for the Ridgefield Raptors with the sun peeking out a couple hours away from sunset here in Ridgefield on a beautiful day for baseball in Southwest Washington. Runner on second with Enbody at the plate and swings and taps it behind home to keep the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Temperatures today mostly in the high 80s, got up to 91. Dipped back down to 86 today. We'll see 93 today and 97 on Friday when we'll start a new home series. A day off tomorrow for the Raptors after today's ball game. 2-2 pitches swung on, gets away from the catcher. It is fouled, just barely got a piece of it. Did Dominic Enbody. Scooped up by Nick Allen and makes a play like a good-looking shortstop over there. The first base coach for the Ridgefield Raptors and head coach for Ridgefield High School, which won their league championship this year. Won it in a hidden ball trick to get a critical out in a late game this spring for Ridgefield High School. And Nick Allen, the first base coach for the Ridgefield Raptors. 2-2 pitch, an off speed that Enbody hammers to right center field. It's going to be cut off by the right fielder. Patrick Stark will hold at third. It is a 1-out single for Dominic Enbody, and the Raptors now have runners on the corners with 1 down in the second inning. Dominic Enbody pounds one to right field. It's his first hit since July 6th. He had gotten his last 14 at-bats without a hit, but that changes here on a well-hit liner into right field. And Patrick Stark into third. Reese Hernandez is to the plate. And with runners on the edges here with 1 down, he takes a ball low. 1-0 the count. He'll go see his family after this. He's from San Diego. Grew up in Santee, California. See some family and then go back up to San Jose for his college season. 1-0 pitch is outside for ball 2. So this is his last game for Reese Hernandez. A day off tomorrow and then a home series starting Friday, but Reese will be gone. So the outfield thinning a bit for the Ridgefield Raptors, but Wade Meckler helps by arriving here. Wade, who's getting the start in left field today and yesterday. The 2-0 pitch to Reese Hernandez is swung on and lined right up the second baseman. A throw back to first, and he got him on a double play. Hard hit liner by Reese Hernandez, but right at Dylan Anders. And he threw back to first to Kellen Harding to double up Dominic Enbody. And it goes down as a 4-3 twin killing. And the inning is over. Ridgefield strands a runner on third base after a double by Patrick Stark. 2 hits on the inning for the Raptors, but no runs across. And the lead of 2-1 remains as such. We head to the third inning from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. Glad that you're with us. Don't change that. Stay with us for the third inning.
Baseball is back, and Peace Health is excited to once again sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors as they vie for the West Coast League title. Raptors games make a great family outing. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark to enjoy a safe, fun outdoor event featuring the thrills of Raptors baseball. As the largest health provider in Clark County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty emergency care. Peace Health and the Ridgefield Raptors, 2 great teams.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 105 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Hudson Leach back to the mound as we continue Ridgefield Raptors baseball on the Raptors live stream, taking on the Highline Bears this evening for the final non-league game of the summer. 4 series remain after tonight. We're in the home stretch of the season, and this ball game will be a final tune-up before the final quarter of the year. 48 games in West Coast League played this summer. We've got exactly 25% remaining after this ball game tonight. It's the Raptors leading 2-1 as we head into the third inning. Hudson Leach remaining on the mound, gets a swing and a miss on a fastball that pounds past the barrel of the leadoff man this inning, who is Dylan Anders, the second baseman who started a double play to end the previous half inning. The 0-1 pitch is laced towards second base, a two-hopper to Patrick Stark. He throws to first and gets the out. And Patrick, who was victimized by Dylan Anders, he had to be stranded on third base because of Anders' double play, and now Patrick Stark fields off of Anders and throws him out. So a little bit of revenge for Patrick Stark. It's a 4-3 ground out, and Stark has a 1,000 fielding percentage at second base on the year. He's had one defensive chance and makes the assist for the out, getting his first start at second base on the summer. And he throws across to Brady Caspers, getting his first start at first base on the summer. And now Casper will have some company at first base as the leadoff man, Nate Blocker, is hit by a pitch. He's the first hitter in this lineup, second batter to come up to the plate in this inning, and he gets hit under the shoulder on a first offering from Hudson Leach. And now with one out, Nate Blocker is on to first on a hit by pitch. Blocker's the only player to score so far for the Highline Bears. It's a 2-1 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors, top of the third inning here, with the shadows lengthening a bit towards the infield on the third base side, but mostly clear and almost cloudless day in Ridgefield. With one out, Hudson Leach throws on the inside half for strike one to Jake Angelico, who lined out to third base and is only at bat so far. He comes from Olympic College, 8 for 33 on the summer. The center fielder today for the Highline Bears. A runner on first and one out for Hudson Leach. Goes into the kick and deals a fastball past the barrel of Angelico. It's an 0-2 count from Hudson Leach. The Highline Bears coming out of the Pacific International League, same league as the Redmond Dudes, who were here last night. And the Raptors sent them packing with a walk-off win yesterday. Third walk-off of the summer. A fastball on the outside corner at 95 miles an hour. And no chance for Angelico to catch up to that one. He just watches it come in for strike three. It is the fourth punch out of the day for Hudson Leach. He's got 2 outs in the third inning. Aaron Lampinen, who is the first strikeout victim of the day from Hudson Leach, will try to not be the most recent one. He's at the plate with a runner on first base and 2 down. 1-run lead for the Raptors in the third inning. A ball high from Hudson Leach. Hudson, who is a talented musician as well, plays the French horn, the trombone, and the piano. Doesn't dabble too much. His host family, I think he said, they don't have a piano. He doesn't play all that often, but more when he was in high school. A broken bat liner off the glove of Hudson Leach. It goes to Patrick Stark, and the second baseman is able to throw on to first. Off the glove of Leach, who kind of got caught by surprise, but it just glanced off his mitt, went right to the second baseman, and the ricochet helped Hudson Leach. He gets a ground out on a 1-4-3 put out, and Lampinen is retired to end the inning. 1 left on, and no runs in for the Highline Bears on no hits. Hudson Leach has gone 3 innings, allowing just 1 hit and 1 unearned run, and the Raptors lead at 2-1 on to the bottom of the third inning after this timeout.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Wow, I love family road trips. Wind in my ears, fruits in my mouth. And peace of mind, knowing Les Schwab did our tires, brakes, and alignment. Like Les Schwab, my family's safety is my first priority. Well, that and squeaky toys.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2021 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Tanner Jocks will lead off the bottom of the third inning, with the Raptors already ahead 2-1 in this ball game. Thomas Blackney throws high for ball one to Tanner Jocks out of Linfield University in McMinnville, Oregon, a D3 program transferred over from Skagit Valley College. Takes another ball, 2-0 is the count to Tanner Jocks, who's had a fantastic year this summer for the Ridgefield Raptors. Came in on a 10-day contract and has played his way into essentially an either everyday starting role or platooning sometimes, but often in the lineup. The right-hand hitter and infielder has a 3-0 count now after Thomas Blackney misses and now throws ball four. It's a 4-pitch walk to Tanner Jocks. And that might come back to bite him when Tanner gets on base. He tends to score. He's done that 20 times on the summer. Came in as a pinch runner yesterday, and now he gets on himself. A 4-pitch walk to Tanner to open up the bottom of the third inning. Ridgefield already ahead 2-1. Caden Connor is the next batter, who has led the league in RBIs at various points this season, just behind the league lead now, but right near the top for Caden Connor comes out of Cal State Fullerton. He's got 32 RBIs. There's only one player with more, and it's his own teammate. The ball outside to Caden Connor. Kobe Morales has 34 RBIs to lead all players. He's also on deck. And he's got 2 RBIs on the day with a 2-run home run for Kobe Morales. He's up next. Caden Connor takes a ball, and it's 1-0 the count to Caden. Nobody out. Bottom of the third inning. Blackney comes to the plate, and it's outside for ball 2, and his battery mate Kyle Casperson is going to jog out and have a conversation with Thomas Blackney, who has thrown 6 pitches this inning, all of which have been balls. Nobody out. Runner on first, and Ridgefield already up 2-1. Ridgefield coming in at 27-18. On the summer. That includes a 20-16 record in West Coast League games. Since the halfway point of the season, West Coast League games, Ridgefield is 7-5. That's important because the team that has the best record in the second half wins a playoff berth. That is from each division. There's a North and a South division in the WCL. 2-0 count is 2-0 pitch is high above the belt for Caden Connor. It's a 3-0 count from Thomas Blackney, who has not walked a batter this ball game. But he is behind 3-0 to Caden Connor after walking his first batter, Tanner Jocks, a moment ago. Runner on first and nobody out. Caden Connor, left-handed batter, watches ball 4 outside and a late call, and it's a strike on the outside edge. And it's a 3-1 count to Caden Connor with nobody out here at the Rourke in the third inning. Beautiful venue for baseball overlooking Hillhurst Road out in center field, where Kobe Morales probably hit one to Hillhurst Road a couple innings ago. 3-1 pitch, and that one is ball 4. And a 5-pitch walk to Caden Connor. And now runners on first and second for the Raptors with nobody out. Ridgefield also got runners in first and second, nobody out yesterday when Reese Hernandez and Wade Meckler walked in the first inning. They did not score that inning, didn't score until the 9th, and got the walk-off win yesterday. It was the third walk-off win for the Raptors, one of 6 walk-off games. So Ridgefield has been walked off thrice this year, and they've walked off opponents on 3 occasions. Ridgefield 2-3 in extra inning games. That was the first walk-off in the bottom of the 9th, so no extra innings yesterday, but nonetheless a game-ending single and a walk-off for Brady Casper. Mound visit now for Thomas Blackney, second such mound visit of the inning. I don't see anyone throwing right now in the bullpen for the Bears, and so he will keep going here in the third inning. The Raptors 2, the Bears 1 so far. Bottom of the third inning, and Kobe Morales at the plate out of Cypress College. Hit his home run in the first inning. His 7th of the year, traveled 100 miles an hour off the bat, 377 feet. Takes a first pitch ball off the plate from Thomas Blackney. Morales, who was already first on the team in batting average, with 13 doubles on the year as well, just off the team lead. And a home run a few moments ago. 1-0 pitch is swung on and hit well to left field. It'll take Tyler Black all the way to the wall, and he will reach up and make the grab in front of the fence in left field. Morales nearly goes opposite way for a home run. It ends up as a loud fly out, and the runners hold at first and second. Traveled all the way to the wall, but died there at the fence. He hit his home run to right center field, then hit that ball. He's gone oppo before. In fact, he says he's got his best power opposite way. He's tried to pull the ball more this year because the park plays best to right field, so he's tried to get out in front of it. Next batter is Wade Meckler, who reached on an error in the first inning. He takes on the outside edge for strike one. 1 out. Ridgefield ahead 2-1. Runners on first and second base in the third inning. Wade Meckler at the plate. Out of Oregon State University, the 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball that stays high, ball one. He just joined the team yesterday. He'd been spending the summer nearby in Vancouver, working out at a gym and making sure he's all healthy, ready to go, and now joins the team in good timing. Like I said, Reese Hernandez is leaving to go back down to California, and Wade Meckler will kind of take his spot. He'll just be here for a couple of weeks, won't be here till quite the end of the regular season. And Ridgefield has a lot of home games, so he can stay right here in Ridgefield. We're in an 8-game homestand right now that just started yesterday. Another pitch that misses. It's a 2-1 count to Wade Meckler with one down. Takes a ball low. It's 3-1. So Meckler will stay until August 8th, if I remember correctly, from what he told me earlier today, right before the final series of the year when Ridgefield will travel up to Walla Walla for the only road trip. Ridgefield does have one more road game. It's a home series, but one game on the road, and that's against the Knights. 3-1 pitch to Wade Meckler holds off, and it is on the outside corner, 3-2 the count. So that one road game is down in Corvallis at Goss Stadium, which is Wade Meckler's home stadium. He plays for Oregon State. So the one road game he will play in this year will be in the one ballpark that he is most familiar with. He's got a full count now with one out. Runners in first and second. A 1-run lead for the Raptors. The pitch is on the outside corner. Wade Meckler disagrees. And it did look, well, I'll let Wade speak for himself. And even if you can't hear him, you can just take my word for it that he did not like the call. It's strike three on the outside edge or off the edge or wherever it was. But it goes down as the second out of the inning. It's Cody Darcy to the plate. Cody's at the plate with Brady Casper on deck, both of whom had walk-off hits this season with 2 outs in the bottom of their respective innings. Cody was in the bottom of the 10th inning against Bellingham. He lofts one high into center field. Might be playable for Angelico all the way back to the track, and he makes the grab right in front of the warning track in center field. It ends the inning on a loud fly out by Cody Darcy on the first pitch he sees. And Ridgefield, after getting 2 walks to open up the inning, ends up stranding both runners at first and second base this time around. They've stranded 4 today, but they do lead it 2-1. We head to the top of the 4th inning. After this break, it'll be Hudson Leach back to the mound when we return.
And I am trying to think. The experts that I know are gonna make me pest free. Natural pest control, killing your bugs and rodents, baby. Natural pest control. Call today and get a quote for free.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A&A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A&A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban, or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A&A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A&A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ILANIresort.com.
Through 3 innings from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex, it's the visiting Highline Bears with 1 run on 1 hit and 1 error. And the Ridgefield Raptors with 2 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors so far for the Ridgefield Raptors, as Hudson Leach returns to the mound, and a 92-mile-an-hour fastball on the first pitch misses for ball 1 to Tyler Black, the left fielder today for the Highline Bears, who come in trailing 2-1 in this contest. 0-1 against Ridgefield, a 9-2 victory earlier this summer for the Raptors, as Leach misses high and tight. That was back on July 18th, the first of 2 games between these 2 squads. This one, the final game against Highline, and the final game against non-league opponents for Ridgefield. The last 2 coming against Pacific International League teams, as Tyler Black whiffs on the 2-1 pitch at 92 miles an hour from Hudson Leach. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike from Hudson. Bases empty, just starting the top of the 4th inning. A lot of former West Coast League teams, a lot of current West Coast League teams coming out of the PIL, such as Bellingham. 2-1 pitch runs outside. It's a 3-1 count from Hudson Leach. Outfield playing straight up to Tyler Black, a right-hand hitter who is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout, his second time facing Hudson Leach. This might be the final inning for Hudson. There is some activity in the Ridgefield bullpen. The 3-1 offering from Hudson is looper towards second base. Patrick Stark is able to make the grab, going down into a crouch, and catches the weakly hit line drive that kind of loops above his head down into his glove, a couple feet above the turf for out number 1 in the 4th inning. Ronnie Moss is the next batter, the right fielder from Centralia College. He's 0 for 4 against the Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Been 0 for 3 back on July 18th, and he grounded out to first base. And how about his first hit? Ronnie Moss lines one into center field, cut off by Reese Hernandez. But it is a 1-out single for Ronnie Moss out of Centralia College, and he makes Centralia proud with a 1-out single for the Highline Bears. And Kyle Casperson will be next up, the only player in the starting lineup out of Lower Columbia College in Longview, Washington. Ryan Pitts, his college teammate, out in the bullpen for Ridgefield. Trying to see who's in the bullpen, and now Casperson gets hit on the shoulder, and that's the second straight time that's been done to him. Both times on the first pitch, both times he just, I don't want to say lean into it, but he definitely didn't try to get away from it. And both times just goes down to first base, barely feeling like he got hit, it seems. And he's seen 2 pitches, and both of them have hit him. He got stranded on first base in the 2nd inning. And this time he is again on first to open up the 4th inning. Runners in first and second with 1 out in the frame. Robbie Vandegrift is the batter, who flew out to center field his last at-bat. With 1 down, Vandegrift will poke and foul the ball down the first baseline on a bunt attempt. And it's an 0-1 count to Robbie. He showed the barrel and poked at it, but dribbled several feet foul towards the Highline dugout on the first base side. No balls and 1 strike, 1 out. Tying run in scoring position for the Highline Bears in the top of the 4th inning. Hudson Leach comes set with his lead foot in front of his back foot towards the third base side. The 0-1 pitch is a fastball lined to right field. Caden Connor drifting back. He'll make the catch. The runners will not advance on a fly out to right. Caden gets it back in quickly. Ronnie Moss was taking a few steps towards third, seeing if it might get down, but if he had tagged, he might have gotten to third. He ends up staying at second base. Runners in first and second, and now 2 down in the 4th inning. Tying run remains in scoring position now with Kellen Harding to the plate, the first baseman who struck out swinging to end the 2nd inning. He again has a runner on base, and Kyle Casperson at first base, now this time with a runner on second as well, with 2 down. He struck out that time from Hudson Leach. He will try to not end an inning on a punch out again. The first pitch is high for ball 1. 4th inning, Ridgefield ahead 2-1. We'll have an off day tomorrow. And then start a series against the Walla Walla Sweets. 2 straight home series for the Raptors. The Cowlitz Blackberries come to town a week from now. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for that series. The 1-0 from Hudson Leach. He steps over the rubber and looks Ronnie Moss back towards the bag. 2 down here in the 4th inning. By the way, a happy birthday today to Grant Heiser. He's not in the starting lineup today, but he's in the dugout, turning 21 years old today. for the Ridgefield Raptors, and the catcher from Seattle University. A ball in the outside corner, strike one to Kellen Harding. Runners in first and second, 2 down. Grant Heiser kind of took a chill day, didn't do too much, and got the off day, so just enjoying some time with the team. Lives in Camas, Washington, and one of the catchers for the D1 program up at Seattle University. He turns 21 years old today. 1-1 pitch is on the outside edge for strike two to Kellen Harding. He was 1 for 8 on the summer now at a Lake Stevens High School. His one hit, however, was a double. One of those could score both the tying run and perhaps the go-ahead run. He's got runners in first and second with 2 down in the 4th inning. Hudson Leach comes set, and the 1-2 offering swung on and missed. And Hudson Leach has struck out 5 batters on the day. He gets an inning-ending punch out to strand runners on first and second base. He has stranded 4 base runners through the first 4 innings, allowing just 1 unearned run. We're on to the bottom of the 4th inning from Ridgefield. It's the Raptors 2 and the Bears 1.
Every time Taco Bell's nacho fries returned, those Mexican spices were drawing something closer to the surface.
And once they taste that warm nacho cheese sauce, they won't stop till there's nothing left.
Can the Fry Force save the world and the nacho fries we love?
So either we fight together, or we fry alone.
Or will the monsters devour us all? Get your nacho fries today while you can. Now serving at a Taco Bell near you. At participating U.S. locations for a limited time only.
Welcome back to Ridgefield here at the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. We are on to the bottom of the 4th inning between the Highline Bears and the Ridgefield Raptors. Ridgefield going for win number 28 on the year. 27-18 right now, and a 7-2 record in non-league games. There were 10 games on the non-league schedule. This is the 10th and final one. Brady Casper, who made an impact in non-league game number 9. That was last night when he had the ground ball up the middle to walk off the Redmond Dudes. He said it was the only walk-off hit he ever remembers having in his baseball career. And some extra motivation for facing a guy from his own high school, a couple years older than him, but Brady Casper gets the better of his Capistrano Valley High School teammate. And the pitch to Brady Casper to open up the bottom of the 4th inning is a ball from Thomas Blackney. With nobody out, just starting the bottom of the 4th inning, Ridgefield leading 2-1, and a foul ball from Brady Casper. It's a 1-1 count for Brady, who had a ground out to first base in the 2nd inning out of Mission Viejo, California. Joined by his Oregon State teammate yesterday, Wade Meckler, who's from Yorba Linda. Ground ball to second base. Dylan Anders fields and throws high. And did he get the tag down? No. Brady Casper is safe at first. A high throw from the second baseman Anders. It took the first baseman off the bag, and it looked like he had tried to slap the tag down on Brady Casper. But the field umpire either rules that no tag was made or that the tag was applied after Casper had reached first base. It'll go down as a throwing error on the second baseman. And Ben Reindl takes his time to argue the call and now runs onto the field. I don't know if he's making a mound visit or a conversation with the umpire, and he will head over to the field umpire to talk about that call. Reindl, who is being polite here, he was ejected in the first Highline game early on in that contest. This time he's just asking for the umpires to talk about it, and a fair offer, fair request from Ben Reindl as he watches the umpires conversate about it, and they do change the call. So Brady Casper is thrown out. No error now on the second baseman as the umpires discuss it, and Brady Casper is called out. So Ben Reindl's request for the umpires to talk about it proves fruitful, and Brady Casper has to jog off the field for an inning opening ground out. It'll go down as a 4-3. Patrick Stark is now at the plate with the bases empty and one out. Takes a pitch on the outer half for strike one. The second pitch he's seen today. The first one he roped to left center field for a double. He did not score later that inning, but a good hit from the 18-year-old out of Redondo Beach, California. Takes the ball outside. 1-1 to count with Ridgefield ahead 2-1 in this contest, out hitting the Highline Bears 4-2 so far, including Patrick Stark's double. Patrick now takes just below the zone, 2 balls and 1 strike. Redondo Union High School. For Patrick, just finished out his high school career with 1 out. He takes low for ball 3. He had 86 repetitions earlier today. You may ask, repetitions in what form? Bench press? No. Some running around a track? No. Something much different. 3-1 pitch. He swings and grounds one to third. A 4-hopper off the glove of the shortstop Vandegrift. It bounces into center field. An error on the shortstop, and Patrick Stark is safe at first base. And this time there will be no conversation from Ben Reindl. No umpire challenge or conversation can reverse this one. As Patrick Stark into first base with 1 out, and Dominic Embody to the plate. 86 repetitions in hacky sack form for Patrick Stark, who was kicking a baseball in pregame warm-ups. And I was looking at him, standing right next to him as he went 86 in a row. Just kicking the ball up, using both feet, using the shoulder one time, using the knees, and able to just kick it up in the air for a solid minute or so. Keeping the ball off the turf. And 86 kicks with the cleats on earlier today. Gets on first base and a ball to start out the at-bat to Dominic Embody. 1-0 is the count with 1 down. Patrick Stark did not play soccer in high school either. Just said, I've always been good at juggling. 1-0 pitch to Embody is a called strike at the knees. 1-1 the count to Dominic. With 1 out, Dominic, who played for the Raptors back in 2019, an inaugural member for Ridgefield, and he's one of 3 players to come back on the team for this summer, although he's the last one standing. Eli Schubert got married. Joey Martin headed off to Arkansas to join his new college. And so Dominic Embody is he's the survivor, the lone guy now as he takes the ball 2-1 the count. He is the only guy to start with the Ridgefield Raptors in 2019 and remain on the team through here as we stand July 28th as he's at the plate. Throw over to first, and Patrick Stark back to the bag. 1 out, Ridgefield leading 2-1. Dominic, who had a home run in that opener for Ridgefield in 2019, was the first player in Raptors history with a home run. 2-1 pitch is outside for ball 3. Dominic, who has 1 home run on the year this year, was also in a non-league game. Hit that one against Northwest Star Academy a month ago. As a runner on first here in the bottom of the 4th inning, runners going on the 3-1. It's outside for ball 4. And Patrick Stark, who looked like he had a stolen base, will not get credit for one, but he is safely into second base with a feet-first slide, pop-up slide, and give Patrick Stark a stolen base, even though he won't technically get one, but he deserves one. He's into second. As Dominic Embody draws a walk, he's now having reached base both times today with a single and a walk for Dominic. Reese Hernandez to the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored. That first pitch to Reese is a chopper towards second base. Anders runs in. He'll run back the runner Embody and tags him out. Good play by Dominic to avoid a double play. He stops his momentum and starts running back to first, where he couldn't technically run back that far, but hey, he doesn't have to run to second. He just can't go all the way back to first and stay there. And he's tagged out, so no double play. Runner from second gets to third, and Patrick Stark. So now runners in the corners and 2 down. Fielder's choice for Reese Hernandez. He's on to first, having already extended his on-base streak to 29 games earlier today. He's on first, 2 down. Runners on the corners. Tanner Jocks is the batter. Tanner swings and laces one into left center field. This one's going to get all the way to the wall and one-hop defense. It might be the second double of the year for Tanner Jocks, and it might score 2. The runner from first, Reese Hernandez, comes all the way home and scores standing up. It's a 2 RBI double for Tanner Jocks, and the Raptors lead it 4-1. Tanner Jocks, who gets a lot of singles, not usually an extra base type of guy, but he gets his second double of the year. He came in hitting it with a .240 batting average in West Coast League games, but a slugging percentage of .302, just 3 extra base hits on the year. And there gets another one with a 2 RBI double. It scores 2 runs. And Reese Hernandez scored from first. Give Reese some credit all the way around from first, and give Dominic Enbody a little nod, because if not for his heads-up base running, if he had just kept running towards Anders, the second baseman, when he was the runner from first, he could have gotten tagged out in the throw on to first, which would have ended the inning. But Enbody, playing some cat and mouse, gets away, and now that led to the 2 RBI double by Tanner Jocks. Speaking of doubles, Caden Connor steps in. He's got the single-season record in Ridgefield history. Laces a ball to first base. It won't be a double. Kellen Harding gets in front of it on a ball that could have been an extra base hit had it gotten into the right field corner. But the first baseman holds and makes the play to end the inning. Ridgefield gets 2 runs out of it on a 2 RBI double by Tanner Jocks on 1 hit in the inning. And Ridgefield takes a 4-1 advantage here at the Rourke. We head to the 5th inning. It's the Raptors 4 and the Highline Bears 1.
Baseball is back, and Peace Health is excited to once again sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors as they vie for the West Coast League title. Raptors games make a great family outing. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark to enjoy a safe, fun outdoor event featuring the thrills of Raptors baseball. As the largest health provider in Clark County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty emergency care. Peace Health and the Ridgefield Raptors, 2 great teams.
C-Train is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, regional and express service to Portland, and connector service within the city limits of Camas, LaCenter, and Ridgefield. And if you don't have cash, no problem. C-Train now accepts digital payments with Hop FastPass. So hit a home run and leave the driving to us. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
Through 4 innings from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex, it's the Raptors leading 4 runs to 1, getting 2 runs in the first inning, 2 runs in the fourth. Both of them on 2 RBI extra base hits, a 2-run home run for Kobe Morales, a 2 RBI double for Tanner Jocks. And now it'll be a new pitcher coming into the ballgame for the Ridgefield Raptors after Hudson Leach goes 4 innings without an earned run. And now Thomas Blayhouse will come in, the left-hander out of Woodway, Washington. The 19-year-old checks in at 6'3" and 230 pounds. He pitches for the University of Washington. Hopes to become one of their lefty specialists this upcoming spring for UW and Lindsey Meggs. And Blayhouse comes in to open up the 5th inning to face the Highline Bears. Ridgefield leading 4-1 in this contest. Blayhouse has a 2.45 ERA in non-league games. Small sample size. He's just made 3 appearances now, including today. Gone 3 2/3 innings, 5 strikeouts, 7 walks, and 2 hits so far. He did face Highline in the one other matchup we've had this summer between the Raptors and the Bears. He went 2 innings without allowing a run, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts of the 8 batters he faced. And he'll probably go similar distance, maybe even more. He wants to go a long time. Most recently pitched 5 days ago against Bellingham, went 1 inning and struck out 2. Did not give up a hit or a run. And that ball game against the Bells finished out an inning and then needed some help to finish out the following inning, and both times stranding runners on base when he stranded them, and then one of his bullpen teammates came in to help him out after that. And first pitch of the 5th inning, and first pitch from Blayhouse is a strike to the leadoff man in the top of the 5th inning, Dylan Anders, the second baseman. 9-hole hitter. It's the 9-1-2 stretch for the Highline Bears in the 5th. The 0-1 from Thomas Blayhouse, a fastball, and it's fouled back. An 89-mile-an-hour heater from Thomas Blayhouse, primarily just a 2-pitch guy. You'll throw the 2-seam fastball in the high 80s, and he'll mix that in with a curveball that drops 12-6 on the movement. He might add a circle changeup later in the summer or in fall ball, but he wants to get that curveball down because as a lefty, if he can throw that effectively and with good command, keeping it down in the zone, that'll bode well for him trying to become a lefty specialist for Washington and get some get a lot of innings this upcoming spring. Throws down and in on the 88-mile-an-hour fastball. Ball 1 from Thomas. 1-2 the count. Went to Edmonds Woodway High School. Was a designated hitter and a big slugger, at least in his words. He's been pining to take some BP for Ridgefield. Says, if you watch my bat, you might put me in a game as a DH. He's half joking, but not completely. But obviously he knows he's a pitcher. He misses high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. With nobody out, just opening up the 5th inning. First team All-League as a designated hitter in high school. He was second team All-League as a pitcher. Although his high school career was interrupted. Takes a ball low. It's 3-2 the count from Thomas Blayhouse to Dylan Anders. Had an injury his junior year, and then COVID canceled his senior year, so he really hadn't played a whole lot the last few years, and the Raptors have given him an opportunity to pitch him here this summer. He misses inside for ball 4 on the payoff to Dylan Anders, and he walks the first man he sees on a 6-pitch free pass. And it's Nate Blocker next up, who has singled and been hit by a pitch. So he's 1 for 1 in the day, a run scored, the only run for the Highline Bears so far. Runner on first and nobody out in the top of the 5th inning. Ridgefield ahead 4-1. Thomas Blayhouse looking over at first and throws the 2-seamer for a strike on the inside edge to Nate Blocker, who came in 4 for 41 on the summer, and that single to lead off in the first inning. Advanced on an error, stole third, and then scored on the same sequence when the throw down to third got away into left field. The 0-1 pitch, he chases upstairs and does not get a piece of it. It's an 0-2 count now to Nate Blocker with 1 out. Or with 1 on and nobody out. Top of the 5th inning, Thomas Blayhouse comes set. The left-hander looks over at first, looks at the plate, looks back at first, and now throws high. And ball 2, a throw down to first from end body, and not in time to get the runner backtracking to first base. It's a 1-2 count to Nate Blocker. Outfield shifted a bit towards left field, big hole in right center. Caden Connor looking into the sun, the right fielder, as the sun is about an hour away from descending below the horizon here in Southwest Washington. The 1-2 pitch is inside for ball 2 from Thomas Blayhouse. Has not allowed an earned run in his last couple appearances, 3 innings combined between those relief outings. He's from Woodway, Washington. The left-hander checks the runner at first, who's going on the 2-2 offering. It's inside for ball 3, and Dominic Enbody bobbles a bit on the gather and does not throw down to second. It's a stolen base by Dylan Anders. And a runner in second base now for the Highline Bears. They trail 4-1. They're trying to make up some ground here in the 5th inning. 5 hits for the Raptors, 2 hits for the Highline Bears this evening. Thomas Blayhouse kicks, and the payoff pitch is ripped to third base, caught by Cody Darcy for a line out. The runner diving back to second safely without a throw, but that's twice now in this ball game that Cody Darcy could not have been positioned any better. And a hard hit line drive on a rope to Cody Darcy, and he gobbles it up with no problem. That is the first out of the inning. A line out by Nate Blocker, and Jake Angelico, who was the other guy to hit a line drive to third base, is now at the plate. And that liner that was even harder hit to Cody Darcy, who caught it while spinning around, and he struck out in the 3rd inning. Over 2 is Jake Angelico. He takes ball 1 from Thomas Blayhouse, who has a runner on second and 1 down, who reached on a walk earlier this inning. Top of the 5th inning. Angelico wiggling the bat, preparing for the 1-0, and he swings and pops it back of home plate for strike 1 from Thomas Blayhouse. The son of a pilot, and his dad played pro soccer, semi-pro soccer for FC Seattle, and then became an airline pilot. Flies a lot internationally. And that's why Thomas Blayhouse was able to travel over to Europe earlier in his partway through his childhood. Went to Czechoslovakia, or Czech Republic, I should say, where his family's from. A strike on the outside edge, and Jake Angelico is behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. The runner from second dancing around before that pitch. Dylan Anders trying to get Blayhouse out of a rhythm, but Blayhouse throws a strike. 1-2 is the count from Thomas Blayhouse. That is a Czech name. It's technically pronounced Blahush, but the anglicized name or the American type is Playhouse. A diving stab by Cody Darcy on a line out to third, and Darcy reaches out to make the catch and save a base hit that might have scored a run. Cody Darcy goes headlong into the hole in front of left field and makes the grab for the second out of the inning. Both putouts this inning made by Cody Darcy. One of them a rope right at him. The other one he had to go out and get. And both of them well caught by Cody Darcy, the newest member of UT San Antonio and the incoming Roadrunner, has made a spectacular couple of defensive plays in this inning. Jake Angelico has been victimized twice by Darcy's glove. And it's now Aaron Lampin in the batter with a runner on second, 2 down. The Raptors ahead 4-1 in this ball game. The fifth inning continues with Aaron Lampin in the third baseman at the plate, right-hand hitter. Waving the bat slightly back and forth and takes ball two, from Thomas Playhouse. Get some defensive help from Cody Darcy. Lampinen, who attends Wenatchee Valley College. There is a West Coast League team in Wenatchee, the Wenatchee Apple Sox, who will not come to Ridgefield this summer, nor will the Ridgefield Raptors go to Wenatchee. It's the only team around the league that the Raptors do not face all year long. The ball high, it's 3-0 to Aaron Lampinen. 3-0 is the count with 2 down, top of the fifth inning. The Raptors ahead by 3 in this contest. One more out, and we will be at the halfway point of this ball game. 3 balls and no strikes from Thomas Playhouse, and he misses high for ball 4 to Aaron Lampinen. The second walk of the inning. Playhouse has bookended 2 lineouts to third base with base on balls. And Tyler Black is next up, who's 0 for 2 in the contest. Out of Olympic College, he's the left fielder today for the Highline Bears. Right-handed hitter against left-handed pitcher in Thomas Playhouse with 2 down in the fifth inning. We'll take a look at the scoreboard in just a moment. First pitch to Tyler Black, drops in for strike 1. 0-1 the count, 2 down. Ridgefield ahead 4-1. Looking around the scoreboard, the Portland Pickles ahead of the Port Angeles Lefties early in that ball game down in Portland. 2-0 to the score. The Pickles on top at Walker Stadium. Cowlitz trails Yakima Valley 4-2. Bend leading Wenatchee 7-1. A check swing from Tyler Black. He did not go around, but it doesn't matter. It was in the zone for strike 2. Walla Walla ahead of Corvallis. 3-2 is the score at Goss Stadium. In the bottom of the fifth inning, Ridgefield will play Walla Walla for the first time this summer. That series starts Friday. And the Sweets trying to even up that series at a game apiece against the Corvallis Knights, who have the best record in the West Coast League. The 0-2 from Thomas Playhouse curls away for ball 1. 1-2 the count. That fastball hit high 80s. He's been 88, 89 most of today. The curveball there dropping down to 75 miles an hour from the southpaw Thomas Playhouse. Runners on first and second with 2 down. Top of the fifth inning. A 4-1 lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. Biggest hole in the outfield is to right center. Runner at second base dancing around as a pitch inside and catches the shoe of Tyler Black. And a hit by pitch. That will load the bases. Had him 0-2 through a curveball that didn't get him to chase, and then he hits him on a 1-2 offering that skimmed off his cleat. And the bases are juiced with a tying run now at first base. It is the 4th hit by pitch taken by the Highline Bears. And it puts Dylan Andrews to third, Aaron Lampin into second, Tyler Black, the runner at first. Thomas Playhouse will receive a mound visit from Daniel Barato, the pitching coach for the Ridgefield Raptors in his first year with the team. The coaching staff remaining mostly intact for the Raptors. Barato the only addition to the staff. Ridgefield kept Nick Allen, the assistant coach from 2019 and this year, and Chris Coda, who remains the only head coach in the Raptors franchise history. That's why when I walk by him, I always say, "Hey, what's up, Uno?" That's what I call him, as the first and only coach so far for Ridgefield. And he's going for win number 28 on the year. His team went 27-27 in West Coast League games back in 2019. Finished 3 games back of a playoff berth. The team that beat him out for that playoff spot was Walla Walla, the team that Ridgefield will play next. A weekend series beginning 6:35 p.m. on Friday. That's right here at the Rourke, 3-game series. With 2 outs, Thomas Playhouse has the bases loaded. It's Ronnie Moss next up, and he takes a ball low. 1-0 is the count with the bases juiced. Go-ahead run for the Highline Bears is at the plate. Ronnie Moss, who had a single his most recent at-bat. He is 1 for 2 on the day, a .212 batting average on the year for Ronnie Moss, who's from Centralia College. The 1-0 pitch is high for ball 2. And Thomas Playhouse with 2 down, top of the 5th inning, is now behind 2 balls and no strikes. The Raptors lead 4-1. They did trail earlier today, 1-0, but took the lead in the bottom of the first and have not given it up since then. 2 balls and no strikes from Thomas Playhouse. He is set. Now throws the 2-0, a check swing. It was just above the belt, and no swing is ruled. It's a 3-0 count with the bases loaded. Playhouse 1 ball away from walking in a run. This is his first inning on the mound for the Raptors. He has not yet given up a run. He has a 3-0 count, however, to Ronnie Moss. He kicks with the 3-0 and throws it right down the pipe for strike 1. And he fights back. It's a 3-1 count. Still some work to do for Thomas Playhouse, but gets on the right foot here. Runners take their leads. Good-sized lead from second base for Aaron Lampinen. Here's the pitch. It is just off the plate, outside for ball 4. It's an RBI walk for Ronnie Moss, and the Highline Bears have scored their second run of the ball game. It's 4-2. Ronnie Moss, an RBI based on balls, and it's 4-2. The Raptors still lead, but now the tying run is in scoring position. Dylan Anders trots down the line to score. Aaron Lampin into third, Tyler Black into second, and Ronnie Moss at first. The next batter for the Bears is Kyle Casperson. He has seen 2 pitches today. Both of them have hit him. Another one of those, and he would put in a run. With 2 outs, Thomas Playhouse faces Kyle Casperson for the first time today, and he sees a strike for the first time. Does Casperson, who's out of Lower Columbia College. Has an 0-1 count now from Thomas Playhouse. Infield in normal positioning here with 2 outs. Same for the outfield. Top of the 5th inning, a 4-2 lead. Inside, and it hits Kyle Casperson. He has been hit 3 times today, seeing 4 pitches, and this one scores a run. It's a 4-3 ball game, and the tying run now at third base for the Highline Bears. And Casperson into first for his 3rd hit by pitch. This one hit him more in the back. The first 2 near the shoulder. And he turns away from it, but gets hit squarely on the lower back. He trots down to first base for the 3rd time today. Ronnie Moss into second, Tyler Black to third, and Aaron Lampinen scores. And Thomas Playhouse is going to see the end of the line. He gets 2 outs in the inning, but does allow 2 runs. And a new pitcher will come in for the Ridgefield Raptors here in the 5th inning. It's still a 1-run lead for the Ridgefield Raptors. It is Jacob Freed who will come in out of Loyola Marymount University. And Freed will try to scram the bases loaded. There are 2 outs in the inning, tying run at third. Freed will take his warm-up pitches, will step aside, and then see what he does with the bases juiced. After this, stay with us on the Raptors live stream here in the 5th inning.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Join the Ridgefield Raptors for warm sunshine, great food, and exciting top-level college baseball at the Rourke. Bring your family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers for a relaxing night outdoors this season. Your group can welcome us on the Les Schwab left field platform, the Leonard Homes and Dick Hanna Grass Berms, or the First Centennial and Wellhaven Pet Health picnic areas. There's nothing like a Ridgefield Raptors summer baseball game. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Well, Jacob Freed's turn out of Loyola Marymount comes from Seattle, Washington. He's got the bases loaded for the Ridgefield Raptors after an RBI hit by pitch for Kyle Casperson to score another run for the Highline Bears. They've cut into the lead after Tanner Jocks' 2 RBI double in the most recent half inning. Highline has canceled out that 2-run score, and now it's a 1-run ball game. Jacob Freed has the bases loaded and 2 outs. It's Robbie Vandergrift, the batter, 2 down, top of the 5th inning. Jacob Freed, who has an ERA of 2.25 in non-league games. First pitch to Vandergrift is high and outside for ball 1 from the 6'6", 190-pounder. He is the tallest player on the team. He'll turn 20 years old in the fall. He's from Seattle and has spent 1 year at Loyola Marymount University, coming off a performance against Highline. It's his most recent game in a Raptors uniform, and he got the win. His only decision on the year. He's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch from Jacob Freed, and he throws outside for ball 2. And a fastball that varies in miles per hour. He's thrown in the mid-90s. He'll throw in the mid-80s as well. That one checks in at 85. Jacob Freed, who's also got a slider, a split change, and that 4-seam fastball. And that sits in the mid-80s but runs up into the 90s. The 2-0 pitch from Jacob, swung on and missed by Vandergrift. And it's a 2-1 count. The bases are full for the Highline Bears. Tying run at third. Go-ahead run at second. The Bears did lead 1-0 earlier today. They've been trailing ever since when Ridgefield scored on a 2-run home run in the bottom of the first inning. 2 balls and 1 strike from Jacob Freed. The right-hander kicks and throws high for ball 3. 3-1. Big secondary lead from the runner from third base, Tyler Black, although Freed not going into a long windup, so I do not anticipate a stolen base of home, which no team has attempted for or against the Raptors all season long. But Tyler Black not being held on at third and moving down the line a bit. 3 balls and 1 strike from Jacob Freed. Tying run at third. Here's the pitch from Freed. It is high, and this ball game is tied. An RBI walk for Robbie Vandergrift. And Tyler Black is able to trot down the line and score. It's the 3rd RBI free pass for the Highline Bears this inning. 2 walks and a hit by pitch with the bases loaded. And the bases remain juiced. This has all been with 2 innings, essentially. This inning started with a walk, but then 2 straight lineouts. And since then, it's been a lot of free passes. With 2 outs, the next batter is Kellen Harding, who takes a ball high. 1-0 the count, bases loaded, tie score. Highline with just 2 hits in the ball game. Ridgefield won the game yesterday with 2 hits. Got the walk-off on a single on just the 2nd hit of the day yesterday. Today, Highline tying the game. They still only got 2 hits to Ridgefield's 5. The 1-0 pitch from Freed is high for ball 2 to Kellen Harding, who has struck out twice today. He's got the bases loaded with 2 down in the top of the 5th inning. Come back from a 3-run deficit. Jacob Freed going behind the slab, goes into a crouch, then recollects himself for a moment, stands back up, and toes the rubber. 2 balls and no strikes. Now throws a fastball past the barrel of Kellen Harding. And it's strike 1 from Jacob Freed. This is what non-league games are for, or any West Coast League games for that matter. Encountering some difficult situations, get some real game experience with fans in the crowd and live at-bats. Bases loaded with 2 down. 2-1 pitch is high for ball 3. And it's a 3-1 count from Jacob Freed. Bases loaded. Go-ahead run at third base for the Highline Bears. Ridgefield out-hit the Highline Bears 14-5 in that first matchup. They're out-hitting the Bears here today, but 3 straight RBI free passes and 1 ball away from giving up the lead. Here's the pitch from Jacob Freed. It is high, and Highline does take the lead on a 4th straight RBI free pass. And the Bears have batted around the order now. An RBI walk for Kellen Harding. And the Highline Bears reclaim the lead. It's 5-4. And that scores Ronnie Moss from third base, who started this whole scoring with an RBI walk. Kellen Harding on to first, and we will see Dylan Anders for the 2nd time this inning. He walked to open up this frame. Then 2 lineouts, but then it's gone walk, hit by pitch, walk, hit by pitch, walk, walk. And that's where we're at. Bases remain loaded, 2 down. We're in the top of the 5th inning. A 5-4 lead for the Highline Bears. Jacob Freed kicks and catches the corner on Dylan Anders, strike one. Anders is 0 for 1 on the day. Did not see an at-bat until the third inning, and then came up to the plate in the fifth with that walk, and now batting again in the fifth inning. The 0-1 pitch is in there for strike two, and Jacob Freed gets ahead of Dylan Anders. No balls and 2 strikes. Outfield playing pretty deep for Ridgefield. Caden Connor all the way out practically in the bullpen for Highline, just a couple steps in front of the warning track in deep right field. Big hole in right center for Dylan Anders, a left-handed batter. The 0-2 pitch to Anders is at the belt and just high for a ball one. Could have ended the inning and stranded the runners all the way around the base paths. Instead, Freed remains 1 strike away from stranding the bases loaded. 5-4, the lead for the Highline Bears. We're in the top of the fifth inning. Freed now steps off the rubber. A 1-2 count for Jacob. Second pitcher of this inning. Third pitcher of the ball game for the Ridgefield Raptors. The 1-2 pitch from Jacob Freed is tipped foul as Anders spoils it and stays alive. And it's a 1-2 count from Hudson Leach. With bases loaded here for the Highline Bears. And 2 down. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Jacob Freed. The pitch is swung on and missed. And the inning is over. The bases are stranded loaded for the Highline Bears. They do some damage here with 4 runs in the inning on no hits. And it ended up being 4 walks, 5 walks, and 2 hit by pitches. And that did the damage, but Ridgefield is still within a run. It's 5-4. The Highline Bears take the lead. We'll see a new pitcher for the Bears when we come back in the bottom of the fifth inning.
A lot has changed in Clark County since C-Tran began service in 1981. We've changed with it. 30 bus routes, 2 bus rapid transit projects, and millions of rides later, C-Tran has grown into an award-winning transit system serving Clark County, including the city limits of Ridgefield. Please join C-Tran in celebrating an amazing 40 years serving you, our community, with activities happening in 2021. Look for details at c-tran.com, and thank you for 40 great years.
Ridgefield Main Street thanks you for supporting the Raptors and downtown, the heart of Ridgefield. Spend the moolah you win at the game at downtown shops and restaurants. Upcoming events include Main Street Day, C-Tran Shuttle Downtown Tailgate, and the Friday Night Flicks Outdoor Film Series. We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to preserving the cultural heritage of downtown Ridgefield while advocating for its future. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com and find us on Facebook at Ridgefield Main Street. We'll see you downtown, and go Raptors!
Well, not a better guy to open up an inning when you're trailing by 1. Kobe Morales steps to the plate. With the Ridgefield Raptors playing from behind for the second time today. They've come to the bat once with a one run deficit, and they scored 2 runs on a Kobe Morales home run. He had a 2-run bomb in the first inning. Ridgefield led ever since until this most recent half inning when Highline took a 4-1 inning to take a 5-4 advantage. Kobe Morales at the plate in the bottom of the 5th inning and skims 1 foul off his bat. It's a 1-1 count. New pitcher for the Highline Bears, he's wearing 44, who's Kyle Casperson on the roster, but Kyle is wearing 32 today. The pitcher is actually Davis Buckner, and Buckner's a left-handed thrower for the Highline Bears. A slider on the 1-1, misses below the zone, and it's a 2-1 count to Kobe Morales, a Charger out of Cypress College from Downey, California. Has a 2-1 count from Buckner. And the lefty throws low on a fastball, ball 3. 3-1 to the leadoff man in Kobe Morales. On deck is Wade Meckler. Bases empty, just starting the 5th inning. A 5-4 lead for the Highline Bears. Buckner winds and gets a foul ball high on the third base side, and it will not be catchable into the seats here at the Rourke. Good crowd on hand, just under 1,000 last night, and it looks a similar number. We'll get the final and official attendance total at some point later in the ball game, but a foul ball. And it's a 3-2 count now to Kobe Morales, lefty on lefty, to open up the bottom of the 5th inning. Buckner to the plate, a slider grounded up the middle. It's backhanded by the second baseman, and Anders throws to first, and the out is recorded. Morales just beat out by the throw, and it's an inning opening ground out for Kobe Morales. Wade Meckler is next up, trying to start the rally. Meckler trying to get his first hit as a Raptor, just made his debut yesterday. He walked, flew out to right, then walked again, and then fouled out to third base. Today he's reached on an error and struck out on a pitch that looked a bit outside, but it is the one and only strikeout on the ball game that the Raptors have suffered. He takes a ball in the dirt and a bit away from Davis Buckner, ball one. One down, 1-run lead for the Highline Bears on a majestic night for baseball in Southwest Washington. The 1-0 pitch is fouled back by Wade Meckler, and it's a 1-1 count from Wade. Threw out a runner at home yesterday on a play that he didn't expect the runner to be going. He said, I didn't really attack the ball that hard because I just figured the runner wasn't going. He said, there's no way he's going there. Looked up and saw the runner turning from third, and he threw him out by a mile. Takes the ball outside, 2-1 the count. He added that he had not thrown out a runner at home all spring for Oregon State, but he did throw a couple out at third base for Oregon State this season. Started or played in 49 games for the Beavers. 2-1 pitches down in the dirt and bounces in front of Wade Meckler with one out, and the bases currently devoid of Raptors. Wade Meckler hopes to change that. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. He represents the tying run. He's at the plate with sunset about a half hour away. The right side of the defenders looking into the sun. 3-1 pitches outside, and indeed Meckler does get some activity going on the base path as he draws his third walk as a Raptor, just getting his debut yesterday, and he has now reached twice today. Cody Darcy is next up with a pair of flyouts on the day. Does own the longest home run of the year in West Coast League play of any home run all year long by any West Coast League player. Nobody hit one longer than Darcy back on June 8th playing the Bend Elks in that season opening series here at the Rourke. With one out, he takes a ball off the outside edge. It's 1-0 the count to Cody Darcy, who is now the go-ahead runner. Wade Meckler at first base. Cody Darcy launched a home run. He had 3 home runs in a 2-game span, the longest of which 430 feet, which remains the longest hit home run of the year by any player in the league. A 1-0 offering from Davis Buckner is high for ball 2. It's a 2-0 count to Cody Darcy, who is from Xavier University, is just graduating a couple weeks away. He just has one class to finish, and he told me today he has an A in that class, so he's on his way to graduating. As the 2-0 pitch, and he swings late on it. It's a 2-1 count to Cody Darcy. He is signed now to UT San Antonio. He's never been to San Antonio, but he says he hears good things. Everyone there loves it. And he's looking forward to moving on and going into the graduate program at UTSA. 2-1's the count from Buckner, and a pitch outside for ball 3. 3-1's the count to Cody Darcy. The runner on first and one down. A 1-run deficit for the Raptors. He's still figuring out what his major will be there. He's going to finish his bachelor's degree from Xavier and then head into a master's program. The question is which one he'll apply and figure out which one he gets into. But he's accepted, and he'll be at the school. It's just a question of which degree he'll get. Takes a ball outside. It's ball 4 to Cody Darcy. And Cody's on to first base to push Wade Meckler into scoring position. So right after Ridgefield gives up a 4 spot in the top of the 5th inning, Ridgefield trying to get that lead right back, and they draw 2 walks in a row. There is one out in the inning, and Brady Casper to the plate. Casper had the walk-off yesterday. He similarly got runners in first and second. This time in the bottom of the 5th inning, left-handed hitter takes a strike on the inside edge 0-1's the count to Brady, and a mound visit from the catcher Kyle Casperson to talk with Davis Buckner. Casper's 0 for 2. He's had 2 ground outs, 1 to first base and 1 to second. That looked like it was going to be a routine play. Dylan Andrews threw high to the first baseman off the bag. He tried to tag Brady Casper. Brady was ruled safe. And about 2 minutes later, that call was changed after Ben Reindl took his time and then came out of the Highline dugout, talked with the umpires. They talked with each other and said, okay, yeah, he's out. And Brady Casper was ultimately ruled out on the play. A ball inside to Brady. It's a 1-1 count to Casper out of Oregon State University. He's got his college teammate at second base in Wade Meckler. Cody Darcy, the runner, at first. On deck is Patrick Stark. Davis Buckner from the stretch. The southpaw throws a 1-1 slider that bounces in front of Brady Casper and bounces behind. The catcher Casperson had it bounce off his chest plate and get behind him towards the right side of the work into the backstop. And it advances both runners 90 feet. Cody Darcy into second and Wade Meckler into third base. He's 90 feet away from tying this ball game right back up after the Raptors gave up that lead last half inning, earlier this inning, really, I should say. We're in the bottom of the fifth. A 5-4 advantage for the Highline Bears. Runners on second and third. The 2-1 offering is called a strike from Davis Buckner. A 2-2 count to Brady Casper with 1 down. Outfield playing fairly deep, especially on right field. Brady Casper could pull the ball that way. He's a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brady Casper. A fastball low for ball 3. It's a full count to Brady Casper. First base is open. Patrick Stark is the next hitter in the order for the Raptors. Davis Buckner comes set. Payoff pitch upcoming with runners in second and third. Tying run at third. Here's the pitch. It is low. Ball 4. And the bases are loaded. Brady Casper draws a 1-out walk. And Patrick Stark is next up. 3 straight walks from Thomas Blackney. And we have now seen 8 walks in this inning between the two teams. And 13 free passes. 5 hit by pitches, or excuse me, there were 2 hit by pitches, 5 walks, so 7 free passes in the top half of the inning, and 3. So 10 free passes between walks and hit by pitches. Patrick Stark takes on the outside corner from Davis Buckner. It's an 0-1 count with the bases loaded for the Ridgefield Raptors. 5-4 deficit for Ridgefield. Bottom of the 5th inning. Buckner into the wind and deals a pop fly to the right side. It might get foul. Moss running over. The right fielder might have a play, and it gets just out of the premises here at the Rourke into the grassy berm on right field. And it remains, or turns into an 0-2 count to Patrick Stark with the bases loaded and 1 down for the recent high school graduate of Redondo Union High School, headed to Loyola Marymount this upcoming spring. As the bases juiced, 1 down. Davis Buckner into the windup for the 0-2 pitch. Here it comes, a breaking ball that is in there for strike 3. And Patrick Stark is down on 3 strikes. It'll be up to Dominic Enbody to bring home the tying run. And maybe a go-ahead run along with it if he can get the combo package. He is 1 for 1 on the day, a single and a walk for Dominic Enbody. This is his first game since playing Highline on July 18th. Went 0 for 4 in that game, but he's 1 for 1 today. Bases are loaded for Dominic Enbody and 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th inning. Davis Buckner has walked 3, trying to strand all 3. Enbody takes a cut and tips it into the glove of Kyle Casperson. It's an 0-1 count to Dominic Enbody. Dominic was hitting .203 on the summer. Left-handed hitter, the catcher for Ridgefield. At the plate with a Raptor on every branch here with 2 down. Buckner throws, and the 0-1 pitch is in for a strike. He's gotten ahead 0-2 to 2 consecutive batters, both with the bases loaded after walking 3 consecutive hitters. Tying run at third base for Ridgefield. Go-ahead run at second On deck is Reese Hernandez. He'll only come up if the game is tied or if Ridgefield has a lead with 2 down now. The 0-2 pitch stays outside for ball 1 from Davis Buckner. Dominic Enbody steps out of the box, rewinds the batting gloves, and wraps them all the way around his wrists. Steps back in and has a 1-2 count with the bases loaded. Big hole in right center field for Dominic. Here's the pitch from Buckner. It's outside for ball 2. 2-2 the count. Dominic, who sort of has a mental reset, you'll see him oftentimes go into a crouching position after taking a pitch. More often after a strike, he'll kind of go into a crouch, and it's just sort of a mental reset, teach himself to stay low and get his power through his legs. He's now set for the 2-2 pitch. It is low, ball 3. And Dominic has now a full count after getting behind 0-2. 2 down, bases loaded, tying run 90 feet away in Wade Meckler. Dominic Enbody, who takes his time after each pitch, resetting, making sure he's ready. Taps home plate with the bat, and we're ready for the payoff pitch with 2 outs, bases loaded here in the 5th. The runner's going, the pitch is swung on and missed. And Davis Buckner gets out of it with the bases loaded. He strikes out Dominic Enbody. The inning is over, and Ridgefield gets no runs out of the deal. They strand 3 in the inning. No hits on the frame, no errors, and 3 left on. After 5 innings of play from the Rourke, it's the Raptors 4 and the Highline Bears 5.
This is WSU Vancouver, Southwest Washington's only 4-year research university. Whether in person or via distance delivery, WSU Vancouver offers high-quality education and an employer-respected degree. You'll get a small school feel in the kind of place where you know you matter. Here, you'll get personalized education that brings out the best in you and inspires you to achieve your highest goals. Now, what are you waiting for? Apply today.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Well, it's a 1-run ball game here at the Rourke, and Bo Kiersey comes to the mound for the Ridgefield Raptors out of Central Washington University. Has a 1-run deficit for the Ridgefield Raptors as we move on to the 6th inning. Bo Kiersey is the newest pitcher for the Raptors, as he comes in with the Highline Bears leading 5-4 in this contest. And he will face the top of the order for the Highline Bears, who scored 4 runs on no hits in the 5th inning. And they'll try to add on to the lead with Bo Kiersey coming in. So Ridgefield needed 2 pitchers to get through that 5th inning, and Bo Kiersey is next up. He comes in for his 4th appearance of the year. All 3 of his first appearances were all in wins, and so maybe that trend will continue. He's allowed 2 earned runs on the year. In 8 innings, he's allowed 8 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts for the Southpaw, who pitches in Ellensburg, Washington for Central Washington. The left-hander comes in to face Nate Blocker, the leadoff man for the Highline Bears, who is 1 for 2 on the day. A line out, a single, and hit by pitch. He grounds one over the pitcher, fielded by the shortstop. Tanner Jocks throws to first, and the out is recorded. Tanner Jocks flies in and makes a whirling, throwing line drive throw for the out to just barely nab Nate Blocker at first base. Good play by Tanner Jocks. And the senior from Linfield makes the play, 1 down in the top of the 6th. Highline Bears leading 5-4 in this contest, 1 out, and Jake Angelico is the batter. Bo Kiersey throws in the outside corner, 0-1's the count. with one down. Bases empty for Angelico out of Olympic College. In the 0-1 from Bo Kiersey, kicks and deals down the middle. It's swung on to left center field. Coming over is Meckler. He's going to try to make a diving play. Did Meckler make that catch? Oh, baby, yes, he did. Wade Meckler may have just made the best defensive play of this season. He's only in his second game as a Raptor, and he goes flying for a fly ball into left center field. He draws it in for the second out of the inning, going absolutely parallel to the turf, and makes the catch in left center. 2 down in the top of the 6th inning. Wade Meckler, we're glad to have you here in Ridgefield. The Oregon State outfielder goes headlong for a fly ball into left center that he had to sprint all the way to, and then jump out and catch it in the gap in left center to rob Jake Angelico of a double. Well, it looked like it could have been at least a 2-bagger. And Wade Meckler comes in, records the out. First pitch to Aaron Lampinen is a ball. The 1-0 pitch is a popper into right field, shallow right. Going back to the second baseman, he'll give way to Caden Connor. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bo Kiersey. Gives a thank you to his teammates. There was a lot of defense there in that inning. A ground out, a fly out, and another fly out. And the defense for Ridgefield looks strong. We'll see if that propels them into a strong offensive inning in the bottom of the 6th. It's the Highline Bears 5 and the Ridgefield Raptors 4.
At Clark Public Utilities, we know you depend on electricity every day. And even though our offices remain closed, we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, by phone, online, and email. The past year has brought changes to many in our community, with lost jobs or reduced working hours, disrupted childcare, and the challenge of teaching the kids. If you've been financially impacted by the pandemic and can't pay your utility bill, call us or send an email right away. Eligibility for payment assistance has been expanded, so more households may qualify. Through it all, we're always here to provide you with safe and reliable service, and we're ready to help. Clark Public Utilities, ranked highest in customer satisfaction among residential mid-size utilities in the West by J.D. Power, 13 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2020 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Clark Public Utilities, we're always here.
Bottom of the 6th inning from the Rourke as the Ridgefield Raptors trying to play catch up. Just a 1-run margin and a 5-4 score. The Highline Bears on top in this final non-league game of the summer before a day off tomorrow and a West Coast League series with the Walla Walla Sweets opening up Friday. And Ridgefield trying to close out the non-league slate with their 8th win in non-league games. They're 7-2 right now, but trailing by a run to the Highline Bears in the bottom of the 6th inning. They'll encounter a new pitcher. Out of Linfield University comes Skylar Manelski, a right-handed submarine thrower for the Highline Bears. Will face the top of the order for the Raptors. Reese Hernandez will come up. And Tanner Jocks, who's also from Linfield, will face his college teammate. As the second batter of this inning, it'll be Caden Connor, who's in the hole here in the bottom of the 6th. Ridgefield scored 2 runs in the first inning on a 2-run home run by Kobe Morales. Then Tanner Jocks had the 2 RBI double in the 4th. He'll come up to the plate for the first time since then here in this inning. He will succeed Reese Hernandez. Reese out of San Jose State University has a single, a fielder's choice, and a ground out on the ball game. Yesterday had a walk, a single, reached on an error, and a fly out, and extended his hit streak or his on-base streak yesterday to 28 games, extended it to 29 games today. And that streak will come to a close there as the submariner Manelski deals outside for ball 1. And the bottom of the 6th inning is underway with the Raptors trailing 5-4 in this contest. Reese Hernandez from San Diego County will head back home for a little bit and then head to San Jose for his senior year. A pop foul behind home plate, and the catcher Casperson runs out of room for a foul ball. 1-1 the count to Reese Hernandez, who hands the helmet back to Casperson, who is the catcher, comes back to grab his mask again. 1-1 the count to Reese Hernandez. On deck is Tanner Jocks, the shortstop, with that 2 RBI double. Couple innings to go. A pitch outside from Manelski. It's a 2-1 count to Reese Hernandez. Biggest hole in the infield is to the left side for Reese, who can go opposite way, but if he pulls it, he could hit the ball to right center. There's a pretty big gap that way as well. Slider misses away from Manelski. It's 3-1 the count from Skyler. With Reese Hernandez at the plate, righty on lefty, so that slider bending in towards Hernandez. Now takes a two-seamer on the outside corner, a changeup, it's called a strike. And it's a full count now to Reese Hernandez. Trying to get on base, let Tanner Jocks do the job, and Caden Connor, he fouls one back, and it'll stay a 3-2 count to Reese Hernandez. You get some runners on base for Ridgefield, and before you know it, zippity-doo-dah, you got a lot of runs scored. Ridgefield's been that way all summer long as the best team in the West Coast League in runs and hits and doubles and home runs. Another foul ball by Reese Hernandez, and it remains a 3-2 count. It'll be sad to see him go. He's been one of the primary players for Ridgefield all year long. Doesn't lead the team in a lot of categories, but he's usually second or third in most categories, or right around the top. Payoff pitch to Reese, and he again fouls it off in back of home plate. 3 times in a row hitting it towards the left side behind the dish, and it remains a 3-2 count to Reese Hernandez, leadoff man in the bottom of the 6th inning. A 1-run deficit for the Raptors. Hernandez could be the tying run. Payoff pitch is way inside. It may have hit him. Either way, it's a free pass for Hernandez. I think he did get away from it. It's still ball 4, even if it did not hit him, and he's on to first base. Hernandez, who already has an on-base percentage of .434 on the summer, has now reached on 2 of 4 occasions today, and that doesn't include the fielder's choice when he did technically get on base. But a single and a walk today for Reese Hernandez, and he leads off this inning with a base on balls. Ridgefield walked 3 times last inning but did not score. Now Tanner Jocks, facing his college teammate, takes a strike on the outside edge. 2 Wildcats from Linfield University, formerly Linfield College, but changed to the university recently. 0-1 pitch is swung on and spoiled by Tanner Jocks. A foul ball into the netting behind home plate. It's an 0-2 count to Tanner, who has a walk on the day, a ground out, and a well-hit ball to left center field that one-hopped the fence and nearly was a ground rule double. It was a good thing that it wasn't, because the runner from first scored on the play. Would have had to hold up at third base had that ball bounced over the wall in left center field. It just barely clipped the top of the fence and stayed in play. The 0-2 pitch to Tanner Jocks runs way outside for ball 1. 1-run deficit for the Raptors. Runner on first, nobody out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Biggest holes to right center field. Tanner Jocks has 1 triple on the year. It was a liner to right center field at Goss Stadium. 1-2 pitches hit foul behind home plate. Had his second double of the year. That was to left center earlier today. Has a home run on the year as well. That was up at Civic Field in Port Angeles to left center. So he hits the ball to each gap. Primarily, though, just a kind of a slap hitter. Makes contact. Gets a lot of singles. He's hitting .240 on the summer. The 1-2 pitch, he spoils this one. It might stay in play, however. He fouls it on the first base side. No, it'll get out of play. And uncatchable for Kellen Harding, the first baseman. And a lot of 2-strike foul balls for Ridgefield, extending the pitch count for Skyler Manelski, who just came into this game this inning, trying to hold on to a 1-run lead for the Highline Bears. Ridgefield has the tying run at first base here in the 6th inning. He submarines the 1-2, ground ball towards short, diving stab by the shortstop. He'll throw to first. Tanner Jocks tries to leg it out. He's thrown out at first. Heck of a play by Robbie Vandergrift. Deep in the hole, he goes headlong and stops it before it gets into left field. Gets up off the turf and throws to first for the out. It does advance the runner to second base, and now the Raptors have the tying run in scoring position. But Tanner Jocks is thrown out by Robbie Vandergrift, who had made a couple errors today, but that one, he was looking like Derek Jeter or something there on the complete parallel dive. We've seen a couple solid plays defensively. Wade Meckler had the highlight on the dive in left center on a fly ball, but that one was almost as impressive on the grab, and then you throw in the toss across the diamond. But it does bring up Caden Connor, who leads the league in doubles. One more of those would score a run. He's got a runner on second, 1 down. Bottom of the 6th inning, a Raptors deficit of 5-4. Benelski ready for the first pitch to Caden Connor. Submarines outside for ball one. We do have a side armor for Ridgefield. Andrew Trotman throws low, but not quite submarine style. Benelski is more of a true submariner, getting real close to the mound turf with that right-handed delivery. Comes set, already bending down almost to waist level, and throws a slider that stays off the plate for ball two to Caden. Oh, excuse me. It did catch the plate. A late strike call. It's 1-1 with one down. A runner on second in the bottom of the sixth inning. A 5-4 deficit for the Ridgefield Raptors. Caden Connor, second in the league in RBIs, could add one more right here. If he can score Reese Hernandez, he takes for strike two. It's a 1-2 count. Infield practically in double play depth, despite there being a runner on second, not first, and one out. But the shortstop playing close to the bag. The second baseman not far away, a little bit more towards the hole, and on the back of the infield. Outfield playing shallow and left, deep and right. Caden Connor, the left-handed hitter at the plate. The 1-2 pitch to Caden is swung on and ripped over Nick Allen, the first base coach, who ducks away from it, brushes off his shoulders and says, "I'm good." And that ball missed him, but not by all that much. Caden Connor looks down, and Nick Allen's okay. A foul ball down the first baseline. And it remains a 1-2 count. Tying run at second base. We're in the sixth inning. Ridgefield trying to play from behind and get the comeback win. The 1-2 pitch is outside, ball two. And it's a 2-2 count to Caden Connor. On deck is the home run hitter, Kobe Morales, who had the two-run bomb in the first inning. But the Highline Bears have since canceled out that homer, retaken the lead. It was a one-run deficit for the Raptors when Morales came to the plate and hit the home run. 2-2 strikes to Caden Connor. Reaches for the slider and pokes it foul behind home plate and into the netting. That's one-handed by Kobe Morales. Puts it into his back pocket. And he'll come to the plate next. 2-2 strikes in front of 830 fans tonight here at the Rourke. 1,700 on hand between yesterday and today to watch Ridgefield. 2-2 pitch, grounder towards second. Reese Hernandez breaks for third. The second baseman, Anders, will throw to first. And the out is recorded of Caden Connor, second out of the inning, but now the tying run is merely 90 feet away. It'll be Kobe Morales tasked with getting that run in. Can't do a sac fly here. Morales has a two-run homer on the day, a fly out to the wall at left field, and a ground out to second base. The home run was just to the right of the batter's eye in right center. Runner on third for Ridgefield. Bottom of the sixth inning, a one-run deficit. First pitch from Manelski is outside for ball one to Kobe Morales. He comes in with 6 homers, has added one more, is a 100-mile-an-hour exit velocity. For Kobe Morales, it traveled 377 feet. The 1-0 pitch hangs way outside on the slider. It's a 2-0 count to Kobe Morales. If they pitch around him and walk him, then it would be Wade Meckler to the plate. You might not want to face Kobe Morales, but then you put the go-ahead run on first base. There are 2 outs, so maybe you're betting on Morales not able to come around and score, but Meckler would be next up, who hit .303 at Oregon State this spring, playing in 49 games for the Beavers, including a 2 RBI single in a regional game against TCU last month. Kobe Morales at the plate with the tying run. At third base, Reese Hernandez hoping to score that tying run. Here's the pitch from Manelski. It blooped foul right to Wade Meckler in the on-deck circle. It's a 2-1 count now to Kobe Morales. Taps both white-colored cleats with the bat and steps back in to face Manelski, who's come in. This is his first inning, has not given up the lead, but he's got a runner on third. 2-1 strike, 2 outs, and a pitch low and away for ball 3. And Morales is ahead. 3-1 the count to Kobe. It's Wade Meckler on deck, Cody Darcy in the hole, 2 down. Bottom of the 6th inning. Outfield playing pretty deep for Kobe Morales. 3-1 pitch. He hits it foul on the third base side. And it's now a full count to Kobe Morales. Wind blowing fairly heavily out towards right field. If he can hit one high into the jet stream, it could carry out to right. He's got some good opposite field power. The left fielder playing pretty shallow to Kobe Morales. Here's the payoff, ripped into right center field. This one's going to get down for a base hit. It scores a run and gets all the way to the fence. Morales will dig for second. He will stop at second for a stand-up RBI game-tying double. And this ball game is knotted up at 5 runs apiece thanks to Kobe Morales. He torched it to right center field. It got to the wall in a hurry. And he adds a third RBI on the day. He ties the game with the double to right center. It scores Reese Hernandez from third. And Morales into second base. He now represents the go-ahead run with Wade Meckler at the plate. 2 outs. Ridgefield now out hitting Highline 6-2. A slider away for ball 1. The bottom of the 6th inning continues with Wade Meckler at the plate and Cody Darcy on deck. It looked like they might have pitched around Morales and not wanted to give him anything to hit, but once they got him into a 2-strike count, they threw in over the plate, and he took advantage. 1-0 pitch is on the outside edge for strike 1 to Wade Meckler from Oregon State University. Meckler from Yorba Linda, California. Was born in Anaheim. And now playing in Ridgefield. 1-1 offering is at the knees, just below the kneecaps. It's a 2-1 count from Skylar Minelski. Go-ahead run at second. Ridgefield scored 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the fourth, and 1 run here in the 6th. Tie ball game. Minelski will sidearm the 2-1. It's outside for ball 3. Kobe Morales taking an aggressive secondary lead. On a base hit, he could score from second if Meckler can place one well. The outfield playing fairly deep except in left field, where the left fielder Tyler Black is playing a couple steps shallow. To the left-hand hitter Meckler, 3-1 offering. He starts to swing, holds back, and takes ball 4. Now there are runners on first and second. Wade Meckler has played 2 games in a Ridgefield uniform. He has walked twice in each game. That leaves Morales at second, Cody Darcy to the plate with a tie score. Bottom of the 6th inning. Darcy has walked and flied out 2 flyouts on the day. Yesterday, Darcy ended the game in the on-deck circle. He was next up with 2 outs in the 9th inning. First pitch to Darcy, runs inside, catches the corner for strike 1 on a slider that starts even with Darcy's body and comes inside to catch the edge. Strike 1, 2 outs, tie score, bottom of the 6th. Go-ahead run at second base. A walk-off win yesterday. Darcy would have been the next batter, but he saw his teammate score the walk-off run and was the first one in to celebrate as he was already on the field. The ball inside to Darcy. It's a 1-1 count with 2 down. Could have had a chance at the walk-off had he been the one to the plate if they had held the runner at third. He's already had 1 walk-off win, 1 walk-off hit. It was a home run against Bellingham earlier this year. 1-1 pitch. He takes a swing at the slider. The third time he's seen that slider inside, and this time he hits it up and foul behind home plate. Minelski likes to run that slider in on right-handers where it looks like it's going to be inside and comes in to catch that corner. He's thrown it 3 straight times to Cody Darcy. He makes contact on his first swing, timed it well, but hit it off the hands. It's a 1-2 count with 2 down. Runners on first and second, tie score. A slider, this time he goes outside with it, and it evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes from Skylar Minelski, and a mound visit from his catcher, Kyle Casperson. Kobe Morales at second base after his RBI double. That scored Reese Hernandez, who started this inning with a walk, and he ends up scoring the tying run. A 6-6 score, or excuse me, 5-5 score here in Ridgefield. 12 games remaining after tonight, all in the West Coast League. This one will determine what sort of momentum Ridgefield has going into the final quarter of the season. The 2-2 pitch from Minelski is swung on and missed, and the inning is over. Tipped it into the glove, in fact, for Cody Darcy. It ends in a strikeout to close the 6th inning. Ridgefield gets 1 hit on the frame, 1 walk, and 1 run scored. We've got a tie ball game in Ridgefield. It's 5-5 as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Bo Kiersey back to the bump after this break.
Warmer weather is here, and what better way to enjoy a summer day than with a trip to the ballpark to watch exciting Ridgefield Raptors baseball. Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Ridgefield Raptors battle other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe outdoor event is a perfect outing for you and your friends. Peace Health is a proud sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors, with a team of medical experts on deck to provide your family the care you need. Treat your family to an exciting night at the ballpark and make it part of your healthy, active summer. Peace Health and Ridgefield Raptors baseball, a great double play.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Through 6 innings from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. 6 innings in the books. It's a tie score. The visiting Highline Bears, 5 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors. The Ridgefield Raptors, 5 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors. As we begin the top of the 7th inning, Bo Kiersey comes out for his 2nd inning on the mound for the Raptors tonight. He will encounter the middle of the order. It'll be Tyler Black, Ronnie Moss, Kyle Casperson, the 4, 5, 6 hitters for Highline, and Black takes a ball to open up the 7th inning. 5-5 score. Bo Kiersey, along with every other pitcher so far, in position for a no decision right now as we tied the score up on Kobe Morales' RBI double last inning. 1-0 score, and Bo Kiersey throws outside ball 2 to Tyler Black, who comes in with an 0-for-2 mark. He did get hit by a pitch in the 5th inning. When Highline took the lead, they scored 4 runs in that frame. Bo Kiersey came in the next inning and went 1-2-3. The 2-0 pitch is swung on and missed by Tyler Black. It's a 2-1 count with pinkish clouds up beyond left field. The sun in the midst of setting behind us in full view of right field, but the whole field covered in shadows now at the Rourke. The 2-1 pitch from Kiersey on the inside edge, and it caught the Black. 2-2 is the count. Big hole in right center field. Caden Connor playing almost all the way towards the line, whereas the center fielder, Reese Hernandez, is shaded towards left center field. So there is an entire golf course in between the center fielder and right fielder. 2-2 pitch from Bo Kiersey, a fastball grounded towards third. To Hopper, that'll be fielded by the shortstop. Tanner Jocks takes an extra beat to pull it out of the glove, throws to first. A good pick by Brady Casper, but it is not in time. And it's an infield single for Tyler Black, just the 3rd hit of the day for the Highline Bears. Starts out the 7th inning with a leadoff base hit. And it'll be Ronnie Moss next to the plate, who has one of the other 3 hits on the day, a single, an RBI walk, and a ground out on the evening for Ronnie Moss. A throw over to first, and Tyler Black gets back. He just got his first single of the season, or excuse me, second single. He's 2 for 21 with a double on the year. Gets a single here today. Outfield alignment similar. Caden Connor even backing up. A bunt attempt, and Ronnie Moss pulls away. Did not make an attempt at the first offering from Bo Kiersey. And it's a 1-0 count to Ronnie Moss. Runner on first, nobody out. Top of the 7th inning. A tie score. Bo Kiersey again sees the barrel of Ronnie Moss. He bunts one down the third baseline and grabbed foul by Cody Darcy, just a couple inches wide of the foul line. And Darcy fielded it just as it went beyond the third base chalk line here on the turf field at the Rourke, which was just built at the end of 2018 in time for the 2019 summer for the Raptors. Turf infield, turf outfield, turf mound, grassy berm on either side in foul territory. And grassy bump over in right center for the home run porch. The 1-1 pitch from Bo Kiersey. It's bunted in the air. Cody Darcy sees it land on the chalk and again grabs it in foul territory. It popped up in the air, landed about a third of the way up the third baseline, and bounced once. Cody Darcy fielded it once it had traveled over the line And in foul territory, it's a 1-2 count to Ronnie Moss. He ran almost all the way down to first and walks back to home plate, now in a non-bunting scenario. With a runner on first, nobody out, a 1-2 count. Top of the 7th inning, both teams have scored 5 runs today. Bo Kiersey comes set. The southpaw throws over to first. And Tyler Black is able to return to the bag safely. Infield towards double play depth, especially the second baseman Patrick Stark, who moves over towards the bag. The 1-2 pitch from Kiersey is swung on and behind Kiersey into center field. He tried to chicken wing it, blindfolded, or at least not really looking at it. He had turned around and tried to snap the glove back behind his back and grab it, but it bounced over his mitt into center field for a no-out base hit. And Ronnie Moss, who came up to the plate bunting, gets 2 foul balls and then swings away and singles up the middle. It's nobody out, and runners at first and second for the Highline Bears. It's Kyle Casperson next up, the catcher, who has thrice been hit by a pitch. He's only seen 4 pitches today. 3 of them have hit him. One of them was a strike. One of them scored a run on the 3rd hit by pitch. He's now also showing bunt. This one he places down the 3rd baseline. Cody Darcy running in. He'll throw to first, and the play is made by Patrick Stark, who makes his first put out of the season at first base. He's the second baseman today. He runs over to field and made the catch straddling the line and actually had his right cleat on first base and stepping over into foul territory. And makes the grab from Cody Darcy to apply the first out of the inning, but now runners on second and third. Tyler Black 90 feet away from reclaiming the lead for the Highline Bears. Ronnie Moss at second. Next batter is Robbie Vandegrift. The shortstop, who had an RBI walk last plate appearance with 1 out. The pitch gets away from N-Body to the backstop. The runner will come from third, and he will score standing up. It looked like a pass ball of N-Body that scores a run. And with 1 out, the Highline Bears have reclaimed the lead at 6-5. I don't know if he got crossed up there. It looked like the ball was going to be square on N-Body's glove, and it looked like he just skipped away. I think they misread the signs, and Kiersey threw a pitch that N-Body was not expecting. Kiersey has a 4-seam fastball in the mid-80s, a curveball, and a changeup. And I think they were not on the same page there, and a pass ball results. And it scores the go-ahead run for Highline. Moves Ronnie Moss to third, who represents an insurance run for Highline. Top of the 7th inning, a 6-5 lead for the Bears. Infield is playing in now with the 1-0 pitch called for a strike to Robbie Vandegrift. 0 for 2 in the day, 2 flyouts, a walk. He checks in at 1 for 22 on the year, but that one hit was a good one, a double earlier this summer. The 1-1 offering from Kiersey, a slider that attempts for the back door, but is not given the door. And it's ball 2, 2-1 the count. Infield playing even with the bag for each respective infielder. Tanner Jocks at short, Patrick Stark at second. The 2-1 pitch down and in for ball 3. Brady Casper and Cody Darcy are the corner infielders at first base and third base respectively. 3 balls and 1 strike the count from Bo Kiersey. With the jersey number 31, he's got a 31 count with 1 down and a runner on third. A fastball swung on and missed. And it's a full count to Robbie Vandegrift. Skagit Valley College product. 6 strikeouts on the day for Ridgefield. 1 more would mean free taco coupons for everybody. Would be a big one with 1 down and a runner on third. Here's the payoff pitch from Bo Kiersey. Swung on and tacos on the day. It's a payoff pitch punch out for Bo Kiersey. 2 down in the top of the 7th inning. Runner holding at third base, 2 outs, and Kellen Harding is the next batter. He's 0 for 2 with an RBI. He walked with the bases loaded his last plate appearance. He has a runner on third. Highline leading by a run in the top of the 7th inning. The first offering a slider that walks through the front door for a strike. 0-1 is the count to Kellen Harding. Similar to Robbie Vandegrift, he has 1 hit on the year. It was a double. And looking for another base hit here to score a run. The 0-1 pitch from Kiersey yanked outside for ball 1. And it's a 1-1 count as Dominic N-Body gets in front of it and reaches out with the catcher's mitt to grab it right on the top of the blades of the turf here at the Rourke. The entire field covered in shadows now, just in the middle of sunset here in Ridgefield. Trying to close the top of the 7th inning. Ball down and away from Kiersey. It's a 2-1 count with 2 down. Runner on third. 81 degrees still in Ridgefield. Just past sunset now. A low of 55 today, but it's going to stay into the 70s until midnight. 2-1 the count from Bo Kiersey with a runner on third and 2 down. A fastball away for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Kellen Harding at the plate. On deck is Dylan Anders, who also has an RBI walk. 3 balls and 1 strike from Bo Kiersey. From the stretch, he kicks and throws on the outside corner for strike 2. And he makes the count full. 2 down, runner on third. Top of the 7th inning. A 1-run lead for the Bears. Here comes Bo Kiersey out of the stretch. The southpaw throws down and away, and it's ball 4. Dominic Enbody looking over to third, and the runner gets back. I'm not sure what Ronnie Moss was thinking. He almost started to trot down the line as if it was an RBI walk, but there was only a runner on third, and he was able to sprint back and dive in safely at third base. Dylan Anders is the next batter. Runners on the corners, 2 down. Top of the 7th inning, the Highline Bears ahead 6-5. Bo Kiersey from the stretch again and throws outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. There is somebody throwing for the Ridgefield Raptors in the bullpen right now, should Bo Kiersey need some help. I believe it's Andrew Trotman out there. The 1-0 pitch from Kiersey is swung on, and Anders did not get a piece of it. Well, actually, it looks like it's Byron Clack out in the bullpen for the Ridgefield Raptors. He might be the next pitcher. 1-1's the count from Bo Kiersey. Swung on and missed, and he's up to a 1-2 count with 2 down and runners on the corners. Highline has already scored the go-ahead run this inning. Ridgefield will be down to its final 9 outs with a 1-run deficit if they can get out of this. A 1-2 pitch from Kiersey stays high and away on the fastball. And it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count with 2 down and 2 on here in the 7th inning. Ridgefield still out hitting the Highline Bears 6-4 in that category, but more importantly, they trailed the ball game 6-5. Outfield playing straight up, infield into normal positioning with 2 down. The 2-2 pitch, rope towards third, and Cody Darcy jumped up to make the grab. Would have been an RBI base hit, and Cody Darcy shuts the door. His second leaping catch of the ball game, and it ends the inning stranding 2, including a runner on third base. Cody Darcy goes up high and makes the grab down the third base line. Cody Darcy has had himself a heck of a day defensively, and he helps out Bo Kiersey with a jumping grab of a line drive that would have been down the left field corner. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's time to stretch. The Raptors will try to score the tying run and maybe go-ahead run in the bottom of the 7th inning after this.
Baseball is back, and Peace Health is excited to once again sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors as they vie for the West Coast League title. Raptors games make a great family outing. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark to enjoy a safe, fun outdoor event featuring the thrills of Raptors baseball. As the largest health provider in Clark County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty emergency care. Peace Health and the Ridgefield Raptors, 2 great teams.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 105 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
We are on to the bottom of the 7th inning from the Ridgefield Outdoor Recreation Complex. Second year of competition here at this venue. And Ridgefield with a good record here at this park, including this summer when the Raptors have a 12-4 record at home. And now Brady Casper at the plate to open up the bottom of the 7th. 1-run deficit for Ridgefield. He pops up the first pitch into shallow center field. The shortstop running back, and Van de Grift is able to make the play. 1 pitch and 1 out for the new pitcher for Highline, Henry Baker. Out of the University of Puget Sound, the 6'1", 175-pounder, a right-hand thrower out of Milton, Washington. Has pitched in 3 games so far, gone 7 innings, allowing 7 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, 4 walks, 11 hits. And now facing Patrick Stark, who takes on the outside for strike 1. 0-1 the count with 1 down, bottom of the 7th inning. A 1-run margin, Ridgefield playing from behind here in the 7th. Outfield playing straight up, an 0-1 count, and Patrick Stark swings under the 73-mile-an-hour offering from Henry Baker in his first inning of work for the Highline Bears, who are trying to get their first win over Ridgefield this summer. They lost 9-2 in the first and only meeting coming into today. This is the second and final. The 0-2 pitch, and Stark caps it down the first baseline, fielded on a couple of hops by the first baseman. Kellen Harding runs it to the bag and records the second out of the frame. Off the end of the barrel at the very end of the bat, and it results in an unassisted force out at first base by the first baseman, and Dominic Enbody is next up. Bases are empty for Dominic. We had the bases loaded in the 5th inning. Ridgefield did not end up scoring a run that frame. He struck out that time and now has a new opportunity to start a 2-out rally rather than complete one. He has the first pitch up coming from Henry Baker, rips it through the right side, but stopped by Kellen Harding. And the first baseman is able to play it on a hop, make the grab, and run it to first. 2 straight unassisted putouts by Kellen Harding. It's a short inning for Henry Baker, who needed just 4 pitches to get through that frame, and we are on to the 8th inning. It's the Highline Bears 6, the Ridgefield Raptors 5 in 2. The 8th inning after this, when it'll be Bo Kiersey coming back out for another inning. That's in the 8th after this break.
Dick Hanna Dealerships is proud to welcome everyone back to support our Ridgefield Raptors. Just in time for warm summer nights with family and friends, lounging on the lawn, or eating dogs in the stands. Feels good to be back. In business for over 70 years, Dick Hanna Dealerships is a local, family-owned business with locations in Vancouver, Kelso, and Portland. Choose from thousands of cars and 12 new car brands. Experience nice in the car business. Dick Hanna Dealerships. Believe in nice. Now play ball.
Oh, I love family road trips. Wind in my ears, treats in my mouth, and peace of mind knowing Les Schwab did our tires, brakes, and alignment. Like Les Schwab, my family's safety is my first priority. Well, that and squeaky toys.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2021 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
A 3rd inning for Bo Kiersey at a Central Washington University, and the left-hander who has gone multiple innings each outing this season for Ridgefield is making his 4th non-league appearance for the Raptors, and each of which have gone 2 or 3 innings. He has just allowed 2 earned runs on the year, an ERA of 2.25, getting his 4th game and 3rd out of the bullpen for Ridgefield. He has a 1-run deficit after Highline scored 1 run off him in the 7th inning. The pair of singles and a sac bunt, and a run came in on a pass ball. And that is the difference right now, a 6-5 Highline lead, top of the 8th inning. And Kiersey will encounter the top of the order. Nate Blocker is the batter, and he rips the first pitch off the mask of the catcher, Dominic Enbody. who stays in his crouch. Nate Blocker takes a step back and puts his hand on Enbody's shoulder and says, "I'm sorry about that." Nothing purposeful from Nate Blocker, who fouls it off of Enbody's mask, and Dominic seems to be fine. It's an 0-1 count to Blocker. Bases empty, beginning the top of the 8th inning with a 1-run lead for the Highline Bears. The 0-1 pitch from Kiersey, a slider that runs over the plate but low for ball 1. 1-1's the count with nobody out. Highline out of Seattle, Washington, where they're based in the Pacific International League. Taking on the Ridgefield Raptors, a 1-1 fastball that's down and in over the shoe tops of Nate Blocker for ball 2. The leadoff man with a 1-run lead already for the Highline Bears. Bases empty. Bo Kiersey from the windup for Ridgefield here in the top of the 8th inning. Goes into the wind and deals another fastball. And this one staying on the outside for a strike 2 called on Nate Blocker. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs for Bo Kiersey. The 2-2 offering from Bo as Enbody sets up in the outside corner, tries to frame it back in for strike 3. Doesn't get the call, and it's a full count from Bo Kiersey. Nate Blocker out of University of Puget Sound trying to get on as the leadoff man for the Highline Bears. Here's the payoff pitch from Bo Kiersey. Fastball fouled back, and we remain in a full count situation for Bo Kiersey. Thanks to Lennar Homes, building new homes in Southwest Washington and Oregon. Find your dream home today with Lennar. Bases empty, leadoff man. Payoff pitch from Bo Kiersey into the windup and deals a slider that misses the barrel of Nate Blocker. Swings and cannot locate the breaking ball from Bo Kiersey. It's a payoff punch out, the 8th strikeout of the day for Ridgefield pitchers. And he leaves off the 8th inning with a K. It's Jake Angelico to the plate. He's hit the ball well 3 times, but all resulting in outs. 2 lineouts to third, a fly out to left field. He's gone opposite way each time. A slider that runs inside for ball 1. 1 out, top of the 8th inning. A 6-5 score. The Highline Bears currently in the leading role tonight. The 1-0 pitch from Bo Kiersey is down Main Street for strike 1. 1-1 the count to Jake Angelico, who competes for Olympic College, the center fielder today. Came in 8 for 32 on the summer. The 1-0 pitch runs outside for ball 2 to Angelico. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Big hole in right center field for Angelico, playing under the lights here. With the skies darkening in Ridgefield, a ground ball towards second base. 2-hopper for Patrick Stark, makes the field at belt level, throws to first, and the out is recorded. 2 guys who are playing their first game at their respective positions. Patrick Stark throwing to Brady Casper, the second baseman, to the first baseman. And they make it look easy. It's 2 down here in the 8th inning. Nobody on base for Aaron Lampinen, who has not had a hit today. A ground ball, a fly ball, a strikeout, and a walk. 2 down for Lampinen, who watches ball 1 high. 2 down for the Wenatchee Valley College infielder. Leads the starters today with a batting average just over 300. Came in 11 for 36 with 3 doubles and a home run. As a 1-0 count from Bo Kiersey, who deals a slider past the barrel of Lampinen. It's a 1-1 count as the top of the 8th inning continues with 2 down and a 1-1 count. Bo Kiersey from the windup with 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch from Bo, a slider gets again past the barrel of Aaron Lampinen. And it's a 1-2 count from Bo Kiersey. Outfield playing fairly deep in left. Caden Connor not as deep in right field. To the right hand hitting Aaron Lampinen. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Bo Kiersey to the plate and hangs it outside on the changeup. And it's a 2-2 count. Cody Darcy playing towards the line as the third baseman. Tanner Jocks in the hole and short, playing in normal positioning. 2-2 count from Bo Kiersey. It is just off the plate. And it's a full count from Bo. And perhaps his final inning of work. It might be Byron Clack after this or any number of relievers. We do have a day off tomorrow. A 6:35 start on Friday to open up that series with the Walla Walla Sweets. There's the payoff from Bo Kiersey. It is on the inside corner. Strike 3. And Bo Kiersey goes with a 1-2-3 inning for the Raptors in the 8th. He gets 2 strikeouts along the way. He has got 4 in the ballgame. It's still a 1-run lead for the Highline Bears. Ridgefield has 6 outs to work with as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning from the Rourke. Ridgefield to the plate after this.
Found a giant spider in my bed.
Stepped outside and a hornet stung my head.
Got ants around my sink,
and I am starting to think.
The experts that I know are gonna make me pest-free. The Toyota Pest Control, killing your bugs and rodents, baby. The Toyota Pest Control. Call today, get a quote for free.
Hey baseball fans, after the game visit A&A, the area's premier gaming, dining, entertainment, and meeting destination. A&A is a proud supporter of the Ridgefield Raptors and the perfect place to meet up with friends after a Raptors win for dinner, drinks, and great times. Keep the fun and excitement going after the 9th inning and grab beers at Tom's Urban, or enjoy a perfectly cooked porterhouse at Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. With 100,000 square feet of gaming space, 15 different restaurants, bars, and retail outlets to choose from, A&A has just what you need to turn your night at the ballgame into a night you won't forget. A&A, just off I-5 at exit 16, ilaniresort.com.
Reese Hernandez will lead off the bottom of the 8th inning for the Ridgefield Raptors. As we open up the 8th, a 1-run deficit for Ridgefield, and Hernandez will take high for ball 1. He walked in his most recent at-bat. He has a single, a fielder's choice, and a line out on the day with nobody out. Just starting the bottom of the 8th inning. Ridgefield trailing 6-5 in this contest. And Reese Hernandez at the plate takes inside for ball 2 from Henry Baker, the pitcher for the Highline Bears at the University of Puget Sound. Facing Reese Hernandez, perhaps his final at-bat as a Raptor. The 1-1 pitch is poked into left field and foul. A 1-2 count to Reese Hernandez, headed back home after this ball game. He has spent pretty much the entire year with the Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Originally signed to Ridgefield back in the 2020 season, which was canceled. And this year has been one of the best hitters, playing in his 38th game in a Ridgefield Raptors uniform. The 1-2 pitch to Reese is outside for ball 2. A 2-2 count with the leadoff man at the plate, both in the order and in this 8th inning. A 1-run deficit for the Raptors. Already up to a 29-game on-base streak. Trying to do that one more time. 2-2 pitches fouled back for Reese Hernandez. Left-handed hitter. He actually doesn't know whether he's right or left-handed. His dad kind of made him throw right-handed when he was a kid. He was throwing left-handed at first. He bats left-handed. He'll kick a soccer ball left-footed, but he'll right with his right hand, and he hits left-handed. The 2-2 pitch to Reese Hernandez is barreled up and hit it straight back. Foul ball from Reese. Bit to the left side of the Rourke. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff man in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1-run lead for the Highline Bears. From Santana High School, transfer from Grossmont. Lines one into left field, and it lands for a base hit. Reese Hernandez represents the tying run. And if that was his final at-bat as a Raptor, it was a good one. A few foul balls on 2 strike offerings, and then places one into left field for an opposite field leadoff single. And the Raptors are in business here in the 8th inning. That puts Tanner Jocks up to the plate with nobody down. Tanner has a 2 RBI double on the day, a pair of ground outs and a walk. Tying run at first place, nobody out. Bottom of the 8th inning. Tanner will show bunt. Place one down the third baseline, fielded and throwing to first is Lampinen. The out is recorded, and a successful sack bunt for Tanner Jocks, his first of the day, and Reese Hernandez into scoring position with 1 down. It'll be Caden Connor's job to try to get the run home. 1 down, and Kobe Morales is on deck. Caden Connor comes to the plate with an 0-for-3 line so far today. He does have a walk, a fly out, a ground out, and another ground out. been hitting the ball well lately, but he's been hitting it a lot at fielders, a lot of flyouts, pulling the ball to right field or straight away center. He can go opposite field a lot as well. Got most of his power to the pole side, but a lot of his ground balls and liners tend to actually go opposite way. He's got a runner on second, one down, bottom of the 8th inning. Henry Baker comes set, looking back at Reese Hernandez. Takes a peek at home and throws a breaking ball that drops through the zone and catches the bottom of the strike zone. An 0-1 count now to Caden Connor. It's from Anaheim Hills, California. Goes to Fullerton, which is in the same county in Orange County. Wade Meckler just joined the team also from Anaheim. 0-1 pitch is low for ball one to Caden Connor. 1-1 the count. Caden was born in Anaheim Hills. Wade Meckler born in Anaheim, but it's all around the area, Orange County. And Caden Connor from Cal State Fullerton, right there in the OC, is the right fielder today for Ridgefield, trying to get the game-tying RBI. He scored the game-winning run yesterday, the only player to score for either team. The 1-1 pitch for Caden is bounced in front of home plate. It'll move the runner to third. It bounces back to the pitcher. Hernandez slides past third. He keeps his glove on the bag as he slides all the way through third base, past third base, and had to kind of hold up and say, wait, no, let me come back. And he finally held up his momentum and stayed on third base. He is safe on a wild pitch that moves the game-tying run into third. Caden Connor's job gets a little bit easier here. The infield moves in now for Highline. Each infielder playing even with the bag. One down, bottom of the 8th inning. Baker to the plate, a liner over the shortstop. This will score the tying run. Reese Hernandez in his final game with the Raptors scores the game-tying run. It's Caden Connor with the RBI. It's a 6-6 ball game here in the 8th inning. An RBI single for Caden Connor. And Reese Hernandez scores his 31st. Make that his, no, he scored 3 times today now. He came in with 32, came in with 37. That was his 40th run of the year. And probably his final one. Ridgefield hopes to score another one this inning and take the lead in the 8th as Kobe Morales comes out gunning and fouls one back with one out, runner on first. Bottom of the 8th inning, Ridgefield has played from behind twice today. They played ahead once today. They had a 2-1 lead for 3 innings and finally gave that up. Actually, they led 4-1 later in the game. Gave it up in the 5th. As Morales takes the 0-1 pitch for a ball. 1-1 the count. Runner on first. Infield now into double play depth. Moving from playing in. That liner from Caden Connor probably would have been caught had the shortstop been playing back, but the runner on third and 1 out. They had the infield in, and he placed it right over the shortstop. The 1-1 pitch to Morales is swung on and did not get a piece of it. It's a 1-2 count now to Kobe. With one away in the bottom of the 8th inning, Morales trying to put a hurt on one. Has a home run earlier today. That scored the first runs of this ball game back in the 1st inning. Morales swings, and it's a ground ball, a 2-hopper to second base. Fielded and throws to second. The throw on to first is high, and he gets into the backstop and now gets away from the catcher, and now Morales will head to second. Then he gets in safely. He was originally holding, but then the ball took an awkward bounce, and the catcher, Casperson, was unable to corral it, and then Morales runs to second. And so the inning continues with 2 down. What could have been a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. It ends up being a fielder's choice and an error on the shortstop. And Morales is into second base. Caden Connor forced out at second. And Wade Meckler, the batter. We had an Oregon State player score the go-ahead RBI yesterday. Wade Meckler out of Oregon State could again come in for his teammate Brady Casper and score the game-winning, well, it wouldn't be a walk-off, but it could be the go-ahead RBI. He's got a runner on second. 2 down, and he takes for a strike at the knees. 0-1 the count to Wade Meckler. Has walked twice today, walked twice yesterday. He also reached on an error today. So he's 0 for 2, looking for his first hit as a Raptor. Tie score, bottom of the 8th inning. The 0-1 to Meckler he takes, and at the belt for strike 2. 2 down here in the 8th inning. If Ridgefield does not score, we'll head to the 9th with a tie. Wade Meckler taps home plate and holds the bat with the barrel pointing straight up. Now puts it slightly over towards his shoulder. No balls and 2 strikes to Wade Meckler. Swings, loses the bat, and the inning is over on a strikeout by Meckler. And Ridgefield strands the go-ahead run at second base, but the Raptors do tie the score with an RBI single by Caden Connor. And the Raptors tie it up. 6-6 is the score. 2 hits on the frame, 1 run in, and 1 left on. We're on to the 9th inning. Tie score here in Ridgefield.
Every time Taco Bell's nacho fries returned, those Mexican spices were drawing something closer to the surface.
And once they taste that warm nacho cheese sauce, they won't stop till there's nothing left.
Can the Fry Force save the world and the nacho fries we love?
So either we fight together, or we fry alone.
Or will the monsters devour us all? Get your nacho fries today while you can. Now serving at a Taco Bell near you. At participating U.S. locations for a limited time only.
A lot has changed in Clark County since C-Tran began service in 1981. We've changed with it. 30 bus routes, 2 bus rapid transit projects, and millions of rides later, C-Tran has grown into an award-winning transit system serving Clark County, including the city limits of Ridgefield. Please join C-Tran in celebrating an amazing 40 years serving you, our community, with activities happening in 2021. Look for details at c-tran.com, and thank you for 40 great years.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
Well, new pitcher for the Ridgefield Raptors as we head into the 9th inning. And it is Byron Clack coming in. First appearance in a while for Byron out of the University of Portland. Byron comes into this ballgame in the 9th inning with a tie score for Ridgefield. Byron, who is making his 4th appearance on the summer, has not pitched since June 15th. So it's been a month and a couple of weeks for Byron from Placerville, California. Just turned 19 years old earlier this year. The 6'5", 230-pounder, right-hand thrower, comes in the 9th inning, and it'll be the middle of the order coming up. Tyler Black will lead off an inning for the 3rd time today. He is 1 for 3. He lined out to second base to open up the 4th inning. Got a single to lead off the 7th and ended up scoring the go-ahead run. Ridgefield canceling out that run. In the bottom of the 8th inning, Byron Clack's first pitch of the relief outing is hit high but shallow left field. Wade Meckler sprinting in, and he calls off the shortstop and makes the catch. Tanner Jocks giving way at the last moment. And Wade Meckler communicating, grabbing, holding, and putting out Tyler Black on the first pitch. So Byron Clack starts out well here in the 9th inning. Ridgefield had the score tied in the top of the 9th inning yesterday and held Redmond scoreless in the top of the 9th to maintain the tie score, and went into the bottom of the 9th and scored the walk-off game-winning run in the bottom of the 9th inning yesterday. 1-0 was the final. A ball outside from Byron Clack to Ronnie Moss, right fielder who has 2 singles today. And his 1 RBI was on a walk. Thinks about swinging at the 1-0 and takes it for a strike. It's a 1-1 count from Byron Clack. Ridgefield scoring 1 run in the first, 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the 4th, 1 run in the 7th. A chopper back to the pitcher, and Byron Clack looks up, throws to first, and Casper steps on the bag. Safe is the call. And they say Casper was not on the bag. He came off the bag towards that grounder and then had to get back to first and clack through to him on what will be ruled, I think, an error on the first baseman, Brady Casper. And Ronnie Moss is safe at first. Yesterday, Ridgefield ended up having the game-winning run after an error on the first baseman. They had one out, nobody on, ninth inning. And error on first baseman ended up resulting in the game-winning run. Here for Highline, one out, nobody on base, error on the first baseman. And now it's Kyle Casperson to the plate, who has gotten hit by a pitch 3 times and sack bunted, so he's still not recorded an at-bat today despite starting at catcher. The 1-0 pitch from Byron Clack is a fastball hammered to left field. Wade Meckler sprinting back. He turns and makes the grab in deep left field. He has been solid today and the last 2 days for Ridgefield in left. Threw out a runner at home yesterday, made a diving catch in left center earlier this evening. And Wade Meckler gets a good jump on that fly ball to deep left. There are 2 outs in the 9th inning. Tie score. It's Robbie Vandegrift to the plate. And might get a pinch hitter here for the Highline Bears. Coming in to hit for the Bears is Mitchell Nabita, the catcher from University of Puget Sound. Right-handed batter with a runner on first and 2 down. Byron Clack deals right at the belt for strike 1. 2 outs, and Robbie Vandegrift, who is the shortstop, gives way to Nabita, who did play in that first game against Ridgefield earlier this month. He's listed as a catcher. We'll see how they finagle the defense for the bottom of the 9th inning. But right now, they're just trying to get some runs. The 0-1 pitch to Nabita is swung on and missed. It's an 0-2 count with 2 down. Tie score, top of the 9th inning. A game that's 2 hours and 50 minutes old between the Highline Bears and the Ridgefield Raptors. Final time they'll play this summer. Patrick Stark playing closer to the bag at second base. Shortstop Tanner Jocks in the hole. The 0-2 pitch is fouled off the fists and backwards. 0-2 remains the count to Mitchell Nabita. With the go-ahead run at first base, Byron Clack has gotten the 2 flyouts and 1 error. And Nabita at the plate with no balls and 2 strikes. And Byron Clack now steps off. 0-2 the count as Byron will reset with his battery mate Dominic Enbody. Highline trying to score the go-ahead run here. They've won just 1 game against a West Coast League opponent this summer. 0-2 is the count from Byron Clack. It's outside for ball 1. Highline 1-13 against West Coast League opponents. They have a lot more games against West Coast League teams. This is Ridgefield's final non-league game, whereas the Highline Bears have 7 more West Coast League games after tonight. 1-2 the count from Byron Clack. Fastball that's fouled over the first base side and remains a 1-2 count.
Stay off of the fence, please.
Top of the 9th inning. Go ahead run at first base. Mitchell Nabita fighting here and trying to extend the top of the 9th. Ridgefield already with a walk-off in the bottom of the 9th this week. They did that last night. They would be in position to do that again here, especially if they can hold Highline scoreless in the top of the 9th. 1-2 offering, reached at and missed by Mitchell Nabita. It is a strikeout, and Byron Clack throws a scoreless 9th inning. It's still a 6-6 score here in Ridgefield. We're on to the bottom of the 9th. Maybe more dramatics coming for the Raptors when you see the bottom of the 9th after this break.
At Clark Public Utilities, we know you depend on electricity every day. And even though our offices remain closed, we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, by phone, online, and email. The past year has brought changes to many in our community, with lost jobs or reduced working hours, disrupted childcare, and the challenge of teaching the kids. If you've been financially impacted by the pandemic and can't pay your utility bill, call us or send an email right away. Eligibility for payment assistance has been expanded so more households may qualify. Through it all, we're always here to provide you with safe and reliable service, and we're ready to help. Clark Public Utilities, ranked highest in customer satisfaction among residential mid-sized utilities in the West by J.D. Power, 13 years in a row. For J.D. Power 2020 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Clark Public Utilities, we're always here.
The bottom of the ninth inning opens for the Ridgefield Raptors with Cody Darcy coming to the plate, facing a new pitcher for the Highline Bears, Aiden McCann out of Linfield University by way of Seattle, Washington. As Cody Darcy takes ball one high from McCann, who has an ERA of 10.19, making his 8th appearance against a West Coast League opponent, all on the road. Gave up 6 earned runs to Yakima Valley in 5 innings last appearance. There's again high to Cody Darcy. Ball 2. Bottom of the ninth inning, tie score. Ridgefield hoping for its second walk-off in as many days after walking off the Redmond Dudes last night in the bottom of the ninth inning. The 2-0 pitch to Cody Darcy is outside for ball 3, and Ridgefield 1 ball away from getting the leadoff man aboard here in the ninth. Cody Darcy, who has flied out twice, struck out once, and walked on one occasion. As a 2-1 pitch upcoming and swung on and missed. I guess that last one was called a strike. It's 2-2 the count. A late call by the home plate umpire. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes after the swing and a miss. And Darcy now with an even count. To the leadoff man in the bottom of the ninth inning. McCann throws. It's a blooping foul ball down the right field line here at the Rourke. And it remains a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Cody Darcy heading to UT San Antonio this upcoming fall after graduating from Xavier University. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cody Darcy from Aiden McCann into the windup, and McCann deals outside, swung on and missed by Darcy. It's strike 3 to open up this ninth inning, and Brady Casper will be next up. Had the walk-off base hit yesterday to score a runner from second, and he will be pinch hit for here in this ball game with Will Chambers coming up next. Will pinch hits. He does lead the team in home runs. Although he's been tied in that category by Kobe Morales earlier today. Kobe will not be up for 7 more batters. It's Will Chambers right now. Chambers, a switch hitter, facing the right-hander and Aiden McCann. So they go a matchup here, lefty on righty, 1 out, and Chambers swings at the first offering and does not get a piece of it. Chambers comes in with the .313 batting average, 35 hits on the year, 7 doubles, 9 home runs, including non-league games, which leads the team. 0-1 the count to Will Chambers is an off-speed outside for ball 1. 1 out, bottom of the ninth inning, tie score. Ridgefield could walk it off here, but there's nobody on the base paths right now. Will Chambers hoping to get aboard. The 1-1 pitch to Will Chambers is swung on, and he's a bit late on it, and it's strike 2 on Will Chambers. He did start yesterday, drew 1 walk, went 0 for 3. He's slugging .611 in non-league games. An OPS over 1,000 in non- and league games. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Will Chambers. It is on the outside corner for strike 3. And there are 2 outs here in the ninth inning. With the bases empty, it'll be Patrick Stark next up. Right-handed hitter against right-handed pitcher. We get the bases empty and 2 down, bottom of the ninth inning. McCann throws a big swing and a miss by Patrick Stark. He does have 1 home run as a Ridgefield Raptor. It was in a non-league game. It was on the second pitch he saw as a Raptor. Here's the 0-1. He misses. The pitch misses low, and it's a 1-1 count to Patrick. 2 down. Nobody on base. A tie score in the bottom of the ninth. Patrick Stark joined the team about a month ago, and in a game against Northwest Star Academy. First time to the plate, second pitch, rocked it over the bullpen to left field for a home run. It was the only run Ridgefield scored that day. Patrick Stark hoping to make the difference here with a base hit of some sort. 1-1 offering is hammered to high left field. It's not too deep. Coming in is the left fielder, and it's actually the shortstop, Vandegrift, who makes the catch. And the bottom of the ninth inning is over. We are on to extra innings in this non-league game, which has not happened all season long. in a non-league affair for Ridgefield. We're on to the 10th inning. Tie score 6-6 is the mark. 10th inning coming up after this.
Warmer weather is here, and what better way to enjoy a summer day than with a trip to the ballpark to watch exciting Ridgefield Raptors baseball. Don't miss the action on the diamond as the Ridgefield Raptors battle other Western League rivals for the championship. This safe outdoor event is a perfect outing for you and your friends. Peace Health is a proud sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors, with a team of medical experts on deck to provide your family the care you need. Treat your family to an exciting night at the ballpark and make it part of your healthy, active summer. Peace Health and Ridgefield Raptors baseball, a great double play.
The Ridgefield Raptors are thrilled to reunite with fans and enjoy summer baseball again. Join us for America's favorite pastime. The Raptors are following state guidelines for spectator events and ask for your patience as we prepare for exciting West Coast League play. Please be courteous to our staff, fans, and players as we celebrate the return of your Ridgefield Raptors this summer. Let's make it a great season at the Rourke. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
On to the 10th inning from Ridgefield. We've got a defensive change here for the Raptors where Micah McDowell goes out to right field. Byron Clack remains the pitcher for Ridgefield. Caden Connor comes in as the first baseman. He was the right fielder, replaces Brady Casper, who is pinch hit for by Will Chambers. So Will now out of the game. And Ridgefield trying to maintain the tie score. 6-6 is the mark. Byron Clack, the pitcher. Top of the 10th inning will begin with Kellen Harding, the batter. After Ridgefield took a lead in the bottom of the first inning, 2-1 was the score after the Highline Bears scored one run on a single and a couple errors in that first inning. The only two errors of the day for the Raptors. And that scored one run, which turned out to be very necessary for the Highline Bears as we're on to extra innings now. A ball outside at 90 miles an hour to open up the 10th inning. First time this year that we have played extra innings in a non-league game for the Ridgefield Raptors. 1-0 is the count from Byron Clack, and the Portland Pilot gets a foul ball off the bat of Kellen Stevens, who has 2 walks on the day and 2 strikeouts for the first baseman. 1-1's the count. Bases empty starting out the 10th inning. Ridgefield out hitting the Highline Bears 8-5 tonight. Byron Clack out of the windup, and the right-hander throws on the outside edge for strike 2. 1-2 the count from Byron Clack. After yesterday's ball game went 9 innings, and Ridgefield scored in the bottom of the 9th. It was 0-0 until the 9th, and Ridgefield closed it out with the RBI base hit by Brady Casper. Off speed at 79 miles an hour and gets him looking. Kellen Harding down on strikes. And that is the 11th strikeout on the day for Ridgefield pitchers. Next up is Dylan Anders with the bases empty, 1 out. Tie score, top of the 10th. Was reminded of that 0-0 score, a different game. I was reading Rob Neyer's book earlier today. Rob Neyer, a baseball writer and the commissioner of the West Coast League. With 1 out, Anders takes a strike, 0-1 the count. The guide of baseball pitchers, an article in that book on Edwin Rommel, a pitcher in professional leagues back in the earlier 1900s. High fly ball from Dylan Anders will take the right fielder Micah McDowell to the fence, and it gets out of here for a home run. Dylan Anders rocks one out of the park to right field with the wind blowing to right. And it is a 1-out home run here in the top of the 10th inning. And the Highline Bears take a 7-6 lead in the top of the 10th. So Highline gets aboard first in extra innings. With 1 down, they will continue the 10th with a solo home run, still just a 1-run margin. Byron Clack will stay in the game with the wind blowing somewhat heavily to right field, and it just got over the fence and right. Micah McDowell went all the way out there and made an attempt for it, but got over him. Into the grass in right field with 1 out. Nate Blocker to the plate. and takes a strike. It's 0-1. Highline scoring for the first time since the 7th inning when they scored the go-ahead run then. Ridgefield scored the tying run the next inning. A swing and a miss from Nate Blocker. It's an 0-2 count with one down, and the base is empty. 4 runs kind of is the difference for Highline. Without that fifth inning, excuse me, this game would look a lot differently, and it was a no hits in that 5th inning. The 0-2 pitch from Byron Clack is grounded towards the left side, fielded by Cody Darcy. Sidearms to first, and the out is recorded, 2 down. Base is empty, a 1-run lead for the Highline Bears. Jake Angelico is the batter. To finish that thought, the article on Edwin Rommel told the story of a 1926 ball game when Edmund Rommel got the start for the Athletics, taking on the Washington Senators, and Walter Johnson was his counterpart pitcher. And that game also was scoreless into the 9th inning as a big swing and a miss from Jake Angelico tapped it foul, but it's an 0-1 count either way with 2 down, and the base is empty. Here in the top of the 10th inning, Highline ahead now 7-6. So Edmund Rommel got the start, and that game scoreless through the 7th inning, 8th inning, and 9th inning. Scoreless through the 10th, scoreless through the 11th. Both pitchers staying in. Starting pitchers go for a scoreless 12th and a 13th. Byron Clack throws the 0-1, a check swing. It was outside. He did go around. It's 0-2. Edwin Rommel and Walter Johnson, a scoreless 14th. And top of the 15th, and finally in the bottom of the 15th, Edwin Rommel gave up a run, and it was a loss, 15 innings, and a 1-0 ball game. 0-2 pitches swung on and missed, and Byron Clack ends the inning on a strikeout swinging. 1 run comes in on a solo home run by Dylan Anders, and Highline leads at 7-6 on their 5th hit of the ball game. We head to the bottom of the 10th. Ridgefield down to its final 3 outs in this ball game. A chance to tie, a chance for a walk-off if they can score 2, but they need some base runners here. Leading off the bottom of the 10th when we return will be Dominic Enbody, the scheduled batter, followed by Reese Hernandez, Tanner Jocks when we return. Don't go away from Ridgefield.
Baseball is back, and Peace Health is excited to once again sponsor the Ridgefield Raptors as they vie for the West Coast League title. Raptors games make a great family outing. Bring the whole crew to the ballpark to enjoy a safe, fun outdoor event featuring the thrills of Raptors baseball. As the largest health provider in Clark County, Peace Health is ready to step up to the plate and keep your family in the game, whether it's a routine appointment or specialty emergency care. Peace Health and the Ridgefield Raptors, 2 great teams.
The Ridgefield Raptors are back, where the entire family can watch top-level college baseball players live at the Rourke. Now, kids 12 and under get in free with a paid adult for all Sunday afternoon Raptors games. Enjoy local Southwest Washington baseball with the whole family this summer. Sunday games are at 105 and are presented by Peace Health and the Columbian. Come cheer on your Ridgefield Raptors all season long. Get your tickets now at ridgefieldraptors.com. Go Raptors!
It is Dominic Enbody to lead off the bottom of the 10th inning. Ridgefield needing a run to tie, 2 runs to walk it off, and it's Aiden McCann back to the mound for the Highline Bears. And first pitch of the bottom of the 10th inning is above the belt for ball 1 to Dominic Enbody, the inaugural member of the Ridgefield Raptors back in 2019, and playing here in the extra inning affair between the Highline Bears and the Ridgefield Raptors. The 1-0 offering from McCann is on the outside corner for strike 1. A 1-1 count to Dominic Enbody, who has singled, walked, struck out, and grounded out on the ball game. Leading off the 10th inning, Highline getting a solo home run in the top of the 10th to go ahead 7-6. The 1-1 count, or the 1-1 pitch, is outside for ball 2 to Dominic Enbody. Left-handed hitter facing a right-handed pitcher. He's from Wilsonville, Oregon, in a game that's into extra innings, still only 3 hours old, 3 hours and 7 minutes. A 2-ball and 1 strike count to Dominic Enbody. The pitch is swung on, and Enbody missed a high offering on the fastball from Aiden McCann. And it's a 2-ball, 2 strike count to Dominic Enbody, leadoff man in the bottom of the 10th. It's the Highline Bears 7 and the Ridgefield Raptors 6. Regardless of the outcome of this game, a day off tomorrow and a 3-game series. beginning with Walla Walla on Friday. 2-2 pitches swung on and pops out of the glove. He did just get a piece of it, and the catcher Casperson could not hold on for a foul tip strikeout. And so the at-bat continues for Dominic Enbody. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reese Hernandez is on deck. Tanner Jocks in the hole. Behind them would be Caden Connor and Kobe Morales. Here's the 2-2 pitch from McCann. Swung on and hit high into shallow right field. The second baseman drifting out. Tough play. He reaches up, bobbled, and caught by the right fielder. The second baseman tried to catch it. Dylan Anders lost it. It popped up out of his glove. And Ronnie Moss, standing right behind him, made the catch. It goes down as a 4-9 pop out, I suppose. And it results in out number 1 of the inning. It is a out. And Enbody is retired. Reese Hernandez to the plate with the bases empty. And 1 down in the 10th inning. A ball low from Aiden McCann. It was right in no man's land, right in between, and the right fielder Moss had just gotten there in time. He could have called him off, but the second baseman Anders was there in time. The 1-0 pitch is a called strike, 1-1 the count to Reese Hernandez. Anders was the one who had the home run and nearly made the error that would have put the tying run on first. But Moss was there for some help. 1-1 pitch is outside for ball 2 to Reese Hernandez, who has a single and 2 singles on the day, including what we thought was going to be his last at-bat as a Raptor in the 8th inning to score the tying run. But we're into extras now. He swings and misses the 2-1. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Reese Hernandez, who now is getting what we suppose. We won't presume, but we can guess this is his final at-bat. It is his final game. The 2-2 pitch from McCann is swung on and fouled back by Reese Hernandez. He might have one more good swing in him. His last at-bat most likely for Reese Hernandez. Hitting .319 on the year. 8 doubles, no home runs as a Raptor. As the base is empty in the 10th inning, trailing by 1. Aiden McCann into the windup. A swing and a foul ball right back off the bat of Reese Hernandez. The 22-year-old from Santee, California, has been just a fun guy in this lineup. And we're to the season, the part of the season now where guys start to head back to their colleges, and Reese, one of the first guys to go back. Here's the 2-2 offering. It is low for ball 3. And a full count now to Reese Hernandez with 1 down. Base is empty, bottom of the 10th inning. Here's the payoff from McCann. Swung on and missed by Reese Hernandez. And there are 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th inning. Tanner Jocks is next up. Tanner's one of the guys who expects to be here for the entire summer. Actually, we're going to get a pinch hitter. It's John Peck coming up. John, who leads the team in hits, did not get the start today, just got the day off. Well, not really a day off, as John Peck, who checks in with 58 hits on the year. As the base is empty, 2 down, bottom of the 10th inning, a 1-run deficit, and he takes a pitch high for ball 1. He's got 12 doubles, no triples, 5 home runs on the year for John Peck. Just turned 19 years old 10 days ago. He's from Moore Park, California, and Pepperdine. The 1-0 pitch is outside for ball 2 from Aiden McCann. On deck is Caden Connor. In the hole would be Kobe Morales, who I also believe is playing his final game as a Ridgefield Raptor. He's going back early as well. 2-0 pitch to John Peck is inside for ball 3. Tying run at the plate for the Ridgefield Raptors in the bottom of the 10th inning. Final game against the Highline Bears this summer. 12 more games remain in the regular season after this. The 3-0 to Peck taking all the way. And it is a strike from Aiden McCann. Ridgefield down to its final out in this contest. 7-2 in non-league games this year. The 3-1 from Aiden McCann is swung on and missed. It'll be a full count, and Ridgefield down to its final strike. John Peck at the plate. It's a full count, 2 down. Ridgefield, which is 18-6 in home games overall this year, trying to make some magic happen here. Here's the payoff to John Peck, swung on and fouled over the first base side. And it remains a 3-ball, 2-strike count to John Peck. Been such a reliable hitter all year long for Ridgefield, not just in easy opportunities, bases empty, sort of no stress situations, but he had the walk-off double against Portland last month. Now trying to get on base and extend this ball game. The payoff to John Peck with 2 down, swings and misses. The ball game is over, and the Highline Bears have claimed victory here at the Rourke. Ridgefield splits the pair of non-league games with a walk-off win yesterday over the Redmond Dudes and an extra inning defeat here to the Highline Bears. Final score on this Wednesday evening, it's the Highline Bears 7 and the Ridgefield Raptors 6. Good day for Tanner Jocks, who had a 2 RBI double. Kobe Morales had a 2-run home run. And Morales also with an RBI double. Reese Hernandez had a fun day as well. 2 singles, 2 runs scored. He and Morales had good days on as they come down the home stretch and finish out their Raptors career in the summer of 2021. Highline wins at 7-6. We'll take a day off tomorrow. Hope to see you at this ballpark either in person or on the live stream, audio or video, at RidgefieldRaptors.com. I'll be here. I'm Josh Warden. Hope to see you then Friday against Walla Walla at 6:35. Until then, be safe, be happy, and have a great evening, everyone. So